monster in the night. Underworld gains that eternal fright. Denials echo through torturous flights.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Couldn't save their plight. Lightning crack, no way back. Lost souls on brimstone track. Ignorance gotta pay the toll. Zeus truth or face the dole.
Let's go.
Boats too full to float. Whales of the foolish on the underworld note.
Greetings.
Olympian decree now they tote. Eternal chains, no antidote. Gods convene, truth unseen.
Good morning.
Demons whisper, lost souls scream. Follow the path or drown in the stream. Zeus wrath, a cruel dream.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Loud, lost in sulfur, desperate crowd. Zeus watches from Olympus cloud. Rejected truth, their fates avowed.
Wow. It takes a while for some strange reason. Rox Fox, good morning. Sheesh. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Why does this app always act up? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are you all doing?
Convene, no way back.
Hold on.
Lost souls on brimstone track. No way back.
Hold on.
Lost souls on brimstone track. No way back.
Hold on.
Lost souls on brimstone track. Eternal chains, no antidote. No antidote.
Yes. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. Let's get this show started. You know exactly what we came to do. All right, now we're good.
AKA Mr. Cross. Yeah. Don't be wrapped up in your feelings and be careful when you flash it. And when you play the game, man, you better know your options.
TikTok always messing up.
You out here being saucy. It's getting too spicy. I ain't even had my coffee. Don't be wrapped up in your feelings and be careful when you flash it. And when you play the game, man, you better know your options.
Gotta warm it up. Good grand rising, everyone.
It's getting too spicy.
I ain't even had my
I'm early in the morning, time
coffee.
to get it in.
Time to show and prove, show you what I've been doing.
They saying fools rush in, but I'm coming with a passion. I'm trying to get to know you while you thinking that I'm asking.
I like to get it poppin' cause my sound is supersonic.
I done came so far, and it's early in the morning. I just woke up out my sleep, threw some water.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to the show. How's everyone doing?
Tossing and turning on, time for insomnia.
I know the best way to make it is to cut the drama. You gotta cut the drama out in your lives, ladies and gentlemen. Seriously.
I can only do what's in my power to do.
And what good is this power if I use it like a
fool? If I wanna make it to the
That's
top,
right.
I gotta study clues. Or I can sit back and just watch the news. Don't try to photocopy, you can never top me. I was born to be a winner, you can never stop me. Don't try to photocopy, you can never top me. I was born to be a winner, you can never stop me. Don't be wrapped up in your feelings and be careful when you flash it. And when you play the game, man, you better know your
Alrighty
options.
then, ladies and
Don't try to
gentlemen. All right.
photocopy when you out here
Good
being
morning, ladies and
saucy.
gentlemen. Welcome to the show. It is officially showtime. And once again, we are back in the Thunderdome. I am your host. I'm your pilot, and you know exactly why we are here. How are you all doing? Are we all feeling good this morning? We all watched that debate yesterday, right? Boy, oh boy, wasn't it something else? But everyone's okay, right? For those of you who do not know who I am, I go by the name Zeus. Thank you, Alicia. You're so kind. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please tap the screen and share the live. Show some love. You know I'm your favorite host on TikTok. Come on now, really. Even if you don't even like the fact that I'm a Democrat, they come in here and they say, you know what, Zeus, I gotta get right next to you because you do such a great job making me understand how terrible of a person I am, but still giving me the tools I need to work on that. So you know what? That's why I say give each other a round of applause. Like I said, though, for those of you who don't know who I am, I go by the name Zeus, or some like to say Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H? Well, the first H is because I'm honest. The second H is because I'm humble. And then the last and the final H, ladies and gentlemen, is because you guessed it. I am and will always remain the most handsome. And when I say triple, all those H's. I am the most. All right, so the most honest, the most humble. All right. Many of you are familiar with what we do over here on this side of TikTok, on this side of town. What we do is we hold our friends on the right, especially their orange, deranged cult leader. He's a draft dodger, too. He continues to disrespect our men and women in uniform, and he's a criminal. We hold them accountable for their dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds as well as their crimes, right? And so, excuse me. Hold on. We hold them accountable dirty, disgusting, as well as their crimes. And believe you me, isn't it safe to say that the MAGA Republican Party, they're a bunch of con artists, they're a bunch of snake oil salesmen, they're a bunch of grifting, lying, I can't even say it on TikTok, right? And we don't want them ever near those levers of power, all right? They're some of the worst people you'll ever deal with when they're possessed with the MAGA demon. So here's the thing, right? I got a bit of a heads up. If you're a Trump supporter, any Trump supporters out there? All right, any Trump supporters out there? Let me see. You might want to leave this live and go on about your miserable morning. You really will, because it's going to get very, very uncomfortable for you in here. I know it is. But you don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So you know what we got to do. We first got to discuss some inappropriate remarks from the former president who continues to disrespect our men and women in uniform, ladies and gentlemen. As many of you know, he was at one of his rallies yesterday, right? Milwaukee. And Donald Trump, as you can tell, just listen to the way he's carrying himself. He knows the end is near. And we're going to make sure this November, Donald Trump faces the consequences for his various actions. One of those actions is he's too weak when it comes to standing up to foreign leaders. All right, especially leaders like those who are in Iran. All right, a reporter asked about Iran launching these ballistic missiles while he was president that gave the United States troops brain injuries. This is a real thing. And what did Donald Trump do? He downplayed the injuries of our men and women in uniform. Listen to this real quick.
Do you believe that you should have been tougher on Iran after they had launched ballistic missiles in 2020 on U.S. forces in Iraq, leaving more than 100 U.S. soldiers injured?
So, first of all, injured. What does injured mean? Injured means you mean because they had a headache, because the bombs never hit the fort.
Oh, does that sound like a president to you, ladies and gentlemen? One that continues to downplay the harm that our men and women in uniform continue to experience as a result of his failed administration. Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and start this show off by throwing Donald Trump into the lake of fire. Are we ready to throw Donald Trump into the lake of fire? We haven't done it in a while, but we're going to. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving Donald J. Trump and his supporters our first honorable round of, you guessed it, booze and shame. Let's warm it up first. Hold on. Let's warm it up. Here we go.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
I mean, just listening to this guy yesterday at his rally in Milwaukee, you can tell that he knows he is going to lose. I mean, you can just listen to this. I
left and we had these clowns take over and it all blew up. It was not going to blow up. It was going to be good. One of the worst things they did is give up one of the largest air bases in the world, the largest runways, most powerful runways, very deep with concrete. You could land anything on them, meaning the weight.
You could just, he's trying to explain, conflict going on in the world while he was president and what he would do, but he has no answers. He just continues to ramble. The energy is low. Perhaps he didn't get one of those classic Diet Cokes that he likes to drink. Yvonne, thank you for the subscription. Wait a minute, I got. Okay. And so, but then, after this, I call it a S show. We then hear. There was a debate yesterday, all right? Many of us, did you listen to the debate? I want to start out with the lie about the border, all right? Let's talk about the border. J.D. Vance goes on stage. And by the way, J.D. Vance is a smooth criminal. He definitely has learned how to take the Trump MAGA demon message and put on a suit. That's what he did, right? He put on a suit with that little MAGA message. And when they brought questions up to him, just listen to how he moonwalks around it. Let's talk about the border first, because, that's all MAGA claims to care about. We want to hear about, what do you got to say about the border, Mr. Vance?
Separate them from any of their children who were born on U.S. soil.
In the future, how do we make sure that we're protecting by burying our power lines? How do we make sure that we're protecting lakefronts and things that we're seeing more and more of?
To carry out the largest mass deportation plan in American history and to use the U.S. military to do so.
So I want to
be more
hold on.
Company executives
issue for American immigration.
Okay, we're going to find out finally how Donald Trump plans on carrying out the mass deportation. Before I hit play, I must warn, are there any Hispanic Trump supporters out there? Put a 1 in the chat if you are one of those Hispanics for Trump. I would like to see if you're out there. Play any Hispanics for Donald Trump out there. Don't be afraid. Okay, Nick. All right. Listen to how they're going to carry out the mass deportation of folks like yourself, or perhaps folks all right? Listen to how this is going to happen.
At the U.S.-Mexico border consistently ranks as one of the top issues for American voters. Senator Vance, your campaign is pledging to carry out the largest mass deportation plan in American history and to use the U.S. military to do so. Could you be more specific about exactly how this will work? For example, would you deport parents who have entered the U.S. illegally and separate them from any of their children who were born on U.S. soil? You have 2 minutes.
Go.
So first of all, Margaret, before we talk about deportations, we have to stop the bleeding. We have a historic immigration crisis because Kamala Harris started and said that she wanted to undo all of Donald Trump's border policies.
Wow.
94 executive orders suspending deportations, decriminalizing illegal aliens.
I would if this was on, if he would have came on my show and we asked him that question and then he started doing this, you know what I would have done? I'd have hit that mute button. I'd have said, you're not answering the question. Now, you've gone to college. You know English. Answer the question. Tell Zeus how you're going to do it. And he can't do it.
Massively increasing the asylum fraud that exists in our system. That has opened the floodgates. And what it's meant is that a lot of fentanyl is coming into our country. I had a mother who struggled with opioid addiction and has gotten clean. I don't care about your mama right now.
JD, why is it so hard for Trump supporters to answer questions where it's tied to things they said they were going to do? You're the one that said you're going to do the mass deportation. Give us the answer how. See, this is why J.D. Vance lost yesterday. This is part of why he lost yesterday, MAGA.
People who are struggling with addiction to be deprived of their second chance because Kamala Harris let in fentanyl into our communities at record levels. So you've got to stop the bleeding. You've got to re-implement Donald Trump's border policies, build the wall, re-implement deportations. And that gets me to your point, Margaret, about what do we actually do? So we've got 25 million illegal aliens who are here in the country. What do we do with them? I think the first thing that we do is we start with the criminal migrants. About 1 million of those people have committed some form of crime in addition to crossing the border illegally. I think you start with deportations on those folks. And then I think you make it harder for illegal aliens to undercut the wages of American workers.
Okay, so you're going to start with the criminal migrants. But again, what he's not doing is explaining to me which federal agencies are involved, how he's going to pay for this, and how he's going to figure out who are the criminals. And keep in mind, the president the person he's actually pushing to be the president is a criminal. It makes absolutely no sense.
People will go home if they can't work for less than minimum wage in our own country. And by the way, that'll be really good for our workers who just want to earn a fair wage for doing a good day's work. And the final point, Margaret, is you asked about family separation. Right now in this country, Margaret, we have 320,000 children that the Department of Homeland Security has effectively lost. Some of them have been sex trafficked. Some of them hopefully are at homes with their families. Some of them have been used as drug trafficking mules. The real family separation policy in this country is unfortunately Kamala Harris's wide open southern border.
Okay.
And I'd ask my fellow Americans to remember when she came into office, she said she was going to do this.
See, I'm getting
real leadership would be saying, you know what? I screwed up. We're going to go back to Donald Trump's border policies. I wish.
You know how you know J.D. Vance is losing? Bunch of word salad. Word, Kamala Harris, border. Word, Kamala Harris, border. No solutions for the American people. Listen to my fellow independents out there, because you're really only the ones on the fence right now. Only the independents, the real ones, they're the ones that are still on the fence. Listen to what J.D. Vance is not saying. He's lying. The only thing J.D. Vance won, because I see some people out there saying he won, I would make the argument that, yes, J.D. Vance won in terms of being a better version of Donald Trump, right? He actually debated better than Donald Trump. I'll give you that, J.D. You beat Donald Trump last night. That's not a good thing, because you know Donald Trump doesn't like it when the student outshines the master.
If you would do that, it would be good for all of us.
Governor,
hold on, I got you.
Do you care to respond to any of the...
Rabbit69, stay your special behind right there, all right? Right after I get done hitting play with Governor Walz and letting what he says hit these TikTok streets, I want to have a conversation with you. Don't run. Turn off the Fox News and put down the Diet Coke. Promise you, I'm going to make you cry. I'll make you cry. Ladies and gentlemen, let's listen to what Governor Walz had to say.
Specific allegations, including that the vice president is, quote, letting in fentanyl and using kids as drug mules, among other things, regarding children.
The drug mule is not true, but I will...
Just to start it off right there, the drug mules is not true. Boom! There you go, JD. Where's your feet? Oh, your feet are losing, all right?
About the fentanyl, because this is a crisis of this, the opioid crisis. And the good news on this is the last 12 months saw the largest decrease in opioid deaths in our nation's history.
The last 12 months, opioid deaths have been declining. J.D. Vance won't tell you that.
30% decrease in Ohio, but there's still more work to do. But let's go back to this on immigration. Kamala Harris was the Attorney General of the largest state, a border state in California. She's the only person in this race who prosecuted transnational gangs for human trafficking and drug interventions. Ooh. But look, we all want to solve this. Most of us want to solve this.
Yes.
And that is the United States Congress. That's the Border Patrol agents. Yes. That's the Chamber of Commerce. That's most Americans out here. That's why we had the fairest and the toughest bill on immigration that this nation's seen. It was crafted by a conservative senator from Oklahoma, James Lankford. Right. I know him. He's super conservative, but he's a man of principle, wants to get it done. Democrats and Republicans worked on this piece of legislation.
Thank you.
The Border Patrol said, this is what we need in here. These are the experts. And the Chamber of Commerce and the Wall Street Journal said, pass this thing. Kamala Harris helped get there. 1,500 new border agents. Detection for drugs. DOJ money to speed up.
These are all real things that have happened to try to address the immigration and the border issue. And he's pointing out, Walz, Vice President Kamala Harris has been a part of the solution, not the problem. She's not running on a problem. She's running to try to fix problems. I'm talking to the independents, all right? Because I know the MAGA demons in my chat right now, they're triggered. And as they should be, because Walz is blowing the lid off of J.D. Vance's lies, and it gets worse.
The adjudications on this, just what America wants. But as soon as I was getting ready to pass and actually tackle this, Donald Trump said no. Told them to vote against it because it gives him a campaign issue. It gives him what would Donald Trump talk about if we actually did some of these things?
Woo! What would your orange diaper wearing daddy talk about if we actually fix these problems? Nail in the coffin, 6 feet deep. Tim Walz wasn't playing any games with JD. And neither are we.
To be done by the legislature. You can't just do this through the executive branch. So look, we have the options to do this. Donald Trump had 4 years. He had 4 years to do this. And he promised you, America, how easy it would be. I'll build you a big, beautiful wall, and Mexico will pay for it. Listen.
Did he build the wall? Did Donald Trump build the wall and make Mexico pay for it? See, I'm getting upset right now with you Trump supporters. He came down that golden escalator and he promised you. Tim Walz is cooking over here.
Percent of that wall got built and Mexico didn't pay a dime. But here we are again, 9 years after he came down that escalator, dehumanizing people and telling them what he was going to do. As far as the deportation plan, at one point, Senator Vance said it was so unworkable to be laughable. So that's where we're at. Pass the bill, she'll sign it.
Governor, your
boom, boom, boom. He didn't build a wall. He lied. He didn't make Mexico pay for it. He lied. And that escalator, it wasn't gold. It was fake gold. You Trump supporters, you're the worst of the worst and the scum of the earth. Tim Walz cooked J.D. Vance. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask a Trump supporter to get in the box and defend their orange daddy because I got more ammunition over here. We got way more to talk about. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe Tim Walz lost to JD yesterday. Put a 1 in the chat. Please get up here and explain it to the American people. We don't got all morning to do this. I don't. What I've done is I've slowed down the debate so that the Trump supporters can understand why they're getting their behinds spanked. Why Donald Trump is going to lose. I haven't gotten to the other stuff that okay. You know how we do this in the morning, ladies and gentlemen. You know how we do this. I'm looking for somebody to come up here. I put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat. All right? Because see, I don't got all morning to do this. Gremlin. Okay, let's see Gremlin, ladies and gentlemen. Let me bring Gremlin up. Gremlin, you're the first brave person. Don't hit me with the excuses. You know what they say when I start inviting them to the box? They go, Zeus, I'm at work. One lady actually told me one time, Zeus, I can't get in the box because I'm in the tub. I said, ma'am, I didn't need to know you were in the tub. What are you trying to do? Put images of Zeus and never mind. In other words, quit making those excuses. Get in the box and defend your daddy. Oh, wait, yes, Democrats for Trump now. Oh, who's this? Nope, Mache can't get in the box. Please put a 1 in the chat if you believe J.D. Vance actually provided a clear and coherent answer. Put a 1 in the chat. We don't have all morning. Okay. Oh, one of them say, heck no. They know all about Zeus. They must have heard about me in these TikTok streets. They say, listen, when you go into Zeus's live, be careful. Right? Oh, Sterling, come on up here, Sterling. I mean, you know why MAGA is chicken to get in the box? Because they're following their cult leader, Donald Trump. You know how Donald Trump is afraid to debate Kamala Harris again? They don't want to become a highlight reel. Yeah. Sterling refused to accept the guest request. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. All right. I got more ammunition. Tanya, you don't have the ability to go live. Thank you, mods, for pinning their chats. pinning their comments, all right? If I invite someone in the chat and they don't accept my invitation, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to ask my mods to put them in a straitjacket, all right? Put them in a straitjacket. Who do we got? TJ. Tim Walls definitely fell in love. What does that even mean? Okay. Lipton, good morning. Okay, you know what? I'm assuming MAGA is afraid to get in the box this morning. Oh, look at that. You're braver than your dad. Good morning.
Good morning.
You're a Trump supporter, correct?
Absolutely.
What part of the country are you in?
Currently, Texas.
Shout out to Texas, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I don't have a problem with any part of the country. I really do like the fact that, you know, it's 50 states and we're all part of one country. So I don't really have a problem with Texas. But I do have a problem with those who are possessed with the MAGA demon in Texas. All right, Kevin?
So who's possessed?
You are.
No, that's your opinion.
You watched the debate yesterday?
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, why didn't JD Vance give us a clear answer on how this mass deportation effort will work? And I want to help you understand. An answer is not word, Kamala Harris, Biden border. Word, Kamala Harris, Biden border. For instance, if I were to ask you, well, your tire is flat, how do you fix a flat tire? What would you say?
You're very presumptuous.
I want truth. Oh, I got two of them. Sterling.
My answer.
Wait a second. Sterling.
So are you wanting answers on how we're going to fix it after Kamala fucked it up?
Oh, listen, ladies and gentlemen, we got two demons at once. Wow. Well, that's not fair. Hold on. Kevin, you come on back. I'm going to talk to Sterling. All right, Sterling.
Yeah?
Why would you get up here and use profanity and curse words when you know I'd like to...
calling people that support Trump demons when no one was coming at you to begin with?
Great question. The reason that I refer to folks like yourself as possessed with the MAGA demon, and it's not just a demon. I think it'd be very disingenuous just to say demon. I say MAGA demon. There's no other scientific...
If people don't have the same beliefs as you, then they're automatically demons.
How old are you?
How does that make you look?
Sterling, how old are you?
I'm 30.
Okay. What else?
How old are you?
I'm 40.
Okay.
All right. Well, actually 41. My birthday just passed.
Okay.
What other way can you describe why people support Donald Trump to the point where they're willing to throw their lives away for him, their freedom for him? Why?
Who's throwing away their freedom?
Okay, great. How about those hostages out there in Washington, D.C. in prison for what they did on January 6th?
During the rallies?
Yeah. Whose rally was that?
Which rallies are you referring to? Because
there's only one rally on January 6th, Sterling. All right. Those, you know what I call those folks? Seditionist, treasonous traitors.
Why
They're not patriots. Whose rally was it?
Who's traitors?
Are you going to answer my question, Sterling?
Who's traitors? I am referring to your question.
You're the MAGA demons that were there on January 6th.
I wasn't there.
But you're asking me those questions.
Well, you're going question to question.
Okay,
without really letting me answer the question. So if you want to go back to your first question, then that's cool.
Okay, fine. You got me. Your first question was, Zeus, why do you call them MAGA demons?
Who's Zeus? Why are you referring to me as Zeus?
No, I'm Zeus.
Okay, so why am I being referred to as a demon?
I asked you, why else would folks who support Donald Trump throw their lives away, their freedom away for a man?
The only way we're throwing our freedoms away is if we let someone who hasn't done their job for the past 3.5 years get into office. Because if you can't do your job for 3.5 years, I don't think that you would support getting a promotion. Because
Sterling,
now we have crime that's raising because someone's let illegal immigrants into the border because they haven't done their job. In fact, they've reversed the work that we've had done the 4
But
years before that.
But Sterling,
So-
I would love to have
so-
a policy question. We can have that conversation. But if you don't mind, is it all right if we go back so I can answer those first questions? That
Well,
first question
I'm
about
just
the
really
demon,
curious
about the
how I'm a
demon part.
demon
Yeah,
when
yeah.
I'm the one who wants freedoms for people as well as other Trump
No, you
supporters.
don't, because
You're wrong.
okay. So the demon part, since you refuse to answer my questions, I'll just explain it to you.
I just find it so comical.
An overwhelming number of you support a man who
Uh-huh.
you know is a convicted felon. He's an adjudicated.
Wasn't
He's an
there a-
adjudicated rapist, right?
Wasn't there?
He hung
wasn't
out
there
with
cases
Jeffrey
against Biden, if I recall correctly.
Sterling,
And
Sterling.
against Biden's son. So if you want to throw crime around,
Sterling.
let's throw crime around.
Okay, but Sterling, as you can see, I'm able to have a reasonable conversation.
Really,
right?
by calling people demons, that's reasonable. That's really
Yes.
interesting.
Can I at least get it out there, and then maybe you could
You
convince
go
me that
right
I should.
ahead.
Maybe you could convince me that I shouldn't use the term, and maybe give me a better term. How about that?
Because
I'm willing.
how is
I'm willing
that
to.
going to get people to want to support you by
Listen.
putting other people down?
I'm willing to explore other names or other ways to define.
Because you don't need to use names like that to
Okay.
call people that don't support the same things you support. It's okay to support things that you don't support without
Okay.
having to call them demons.
Okay.
And as a 41-year-old man, you should really do
Well,
some
you should put
growing up
handsome.
then.
You should put handsome on top of that though, because they also
I
call me
don't
Triple
think that.
H.
We
They
don't have
also-
to have the
well,
same beliefs.
Well, do you want to turn your camera on? or you don't have the ability. All right. Well,
No, I
listen.
don't.
Okay. Now, if you would, I get it that you're upset with me. That's fine. You can say whatever you want about me.
Because I think
But-
your tactics are ridiculous and immature.
Okay. I got it. You think my tactics are ridiculous and immature. Obviously, I'm listening to your concerns and I'm able to let you know I am because I'm confirming that that's how you feel, correct? You think I'm ridiculous. My tactics are not great. Is it all right if I continued this conversation with you? I just met you. I don't know you from a bag of rocks out here. All right. But I got some serious questions. And it's not just me. Every other American out there who is a well-to-do, or maybe not so well-to-do, but a reasonable person, what we can't figure out is why would Donald Trump's supporters, knowing he's taking their money, he's making them risk their life, liberty, and freedom for his causes. And so one example that we all know, one example that we know about is January 6th. For the sake of getting it out there, everyone and they mama knows Donald Trump lost that election. Everyone and they mama knows he had no reason to have a rally for a campaign that he had already just lost. But yet he did, and he invited his supporters to Washington, D.C. to an event called Stop the Steal. And he says, be here is going to be a big protest. And they sent their money and they actually went and met up with him there, right?
So his protest wasn't okay, but other protests
Sterling,
that happened when there was
Sterling.
tons of crime, injured police officers,
Sterling,
fires, looting,
Sterling.
rioting, those were okay, but his protest wasn't okay?
Okay, see, Sterling, I'm trying to not use the term MAGA demon. And I don't want to warm up the lake of fire for you because I really believe you're concerned and you don't like this. And I'm trying to really adjust.
Okay,
But you're
so
going to
then if
have
you
to,
believe
you're going to
that,
have
then
to give,
stop calling me a MAGA demon and
Well-
refer to me as a human being.
but you're going to have to give me something to work with here. All right? If I share with you facts, you can't keep using Joe Biden and Hunter Biden and BLM riots and stuff to as a defense.
If you're
Right
going
is
to talk
right.
about riots, then let's
Right.
talk about
I'm
riots.
not talking about riots.
You just did.
No.
You did. You did refer to it as a riot.
No. I called it a Stop the Steal rally, and that's what Trump referred to it as. But it evolved and escalated into a riot. Because people have gone to prison. People have been convicted. You know who the Proud Boys are, right? These are real things that have happened. Even to this day, there's people on this app that I have now seen go from TikTok straight to the big house. This is real. People, you get that, right? Real people are going to prison. Sterling, come on now, hit unmute. This is part of the healing process. This is. Come on up here, Sterling. Hit unmute. All right, hit unmute, Sterling. I know she's probably somewhere. She's crying right now. I get it. You're crying right now, Sterling. I get it. Well, Sterling, here's the thing. There's no other way to explain why folks like yourself would do such a thing for Donald Trump unless you're possessed with the MAGA demon. Yeah, she's crying right now because I've exposed her, or perhaps even worse, she's ready to get out of the cult. She's probably ready to get out of the cult. So, Sterling, Mike Pence, on record, has said Donald Trump asked him to place him above the United States Constitution. All right? And he didn't do that. And because he didn't do that, you know what Donald Trump supporters did? They tried to unalive him on January 6th, Sterling. All right? And even to this day, Sterling, supporters like yourself will get on this app, TikTok, and embarrass yourself and say, you support a man that you know led an insurrection against the United States government. You, Sterling, ladies and gentlemen, she supports a man that says inappropriate things about his own daughter.
If Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her.
Listen to that, Sterling.
If Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her.
Listen to that, Sterling.
If Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her.
Sterling's getting cooked right now. She doesn't even know it. Sterling, how about this?
What's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that.
Sterling will hear those comments, and guess what Sterling is going to do? Sterling is going to still go and cast her vote for Donald Trump. Oh! And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, Sterling has left. Oh, Sterling, you want to hit unmute? Oh! Well, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, Sterling didn't really want to hear the truth about Donald Trump and has left. Tapped out. Let's go ahead and toss Sterling into the lake of fire, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we do over here. Sterling, this one is for you. Let's warm it up. Unfortunately, the truth is just not in you, Sterling. And you, like all the other MAGA-possessed individuals, are a prime candidate for hell. So, ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending Sterling straight to the lake of fire. Let's give her a huge round of, you guessed it, booze and shame.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Your assessment of the circumstances at hand is truly unique. Let's talk about it.
Translation? You done lost your damn mind. When you get your damn mind, you call me.
All right. Now, I see a lot of folks out there triggered. Maybe you don't like the way that I'm running this broadcast. Well, perhaps you didn't hear my message at the beginning of the show.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Kareem, good morning. You asked me to bring you up.
Yeah, I did.
You a Trump supporter?
Senator, the question was, will you separate parents from their children?
What was that again? I'm sorry.
I want to say it's bigger than Donald Trump.
But you're not a Trump supporter, so why?
Yeah, I do. I do.
Why? I'm only talking to folks that are voting and supporting Trump.
Right now, I'm finna support Donald Trump, and I'm going to.
Can you? Are you able to vote?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to double check. All right. A lot of folks get up here and they tell me stories, and I say, okay, well then why are we talking?
I'm going to support January 6th, Fort Harley, 100%. Absolutely. They were patriots, Americans. They did the right thing for the country, and next time they will be successful.
Okay. Well, so you one of those brothers that you supported the Confederate Army. You believe that the Confederate should have been the side that won, huh?
No, I'm speaking on today. I'm not thinking about
No.
I'm not thinking about 300 years ago.
No. But ain't nothing changed. You
I'm
acting
not
like
thinking
you
about
act.
300 years ago.
Wait.
No,
You ain't.
let's
Wait.
talk about let's talk
Kareem.
about today. Let's talk
Kareem.
about today. Let's talk about Congress. Let's talk about
Kareem.
Congress stealing
Kareem, I don't want to have to
the
mute you.
wealth of
I
the
don't want to have
American
to
people.
listen. I don't
Let's
I
talk
don't want to
about
have to mute
Kamala
this
Harris.
demon.
Let's talk about Kamala Harris. Let's talk about Kamala Harris letting in
Kareem, if you
millions
can't
of
control
illegal immigrants to the country.
okay. So Kareem, maybe you don't understand how this app works. The host has all the power to hit mute and unmute. All right. So if you don't want to talk and you just want to get up here and push whatever it is you push, what do you do outside of TikTok? Maybe that's what this is about. You just coming up here to get off. Ain't nobody up here. Nobody. There you go, Kareem. A MAGA demon. Nothing to offer. I'm just against everything, Zeus. I'm a confused brother out here. Yeah, I go party with the Triple K if they would invite me because I'm so miserable in my own skin. Yeah, Donald Trump loves the poorly uneducated folks like yourself. Poorly educated. Kareem, Donald Trump, you should drop the Lord off of the front of your name, by the way. You know good and well Donald Trump don't care a thing about your black behind. You know that. You and him have nothing in common. Oh, you think voting for him, you might get a chance to hook up with his daughter? Is that what this is about, Kareem? You sound uninformed. Confused. Just because you say it loud doesn't mean you're right. So guess what we gonna do to that last guest, Kareem? Clearly he's possessed with the MAGA demon and he's terrible. He's poorly educated. I hate to do it to my own, but he loves barbecue, so we gonna give him some barbecue. Kareem, let me warm that furnace up for you, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending that previous guest possessed with the MAGA demon. He's okay with being a racist and a traitor. Sick stuff. Let's give him a round. Let's send him straight to the lake of fire. Let's give him a round of booze and shame.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Caribou Lou, I would bring you up, but you don't have the ability to go live. So I guess it's you who are really lost in the sauce. Do me a favor, Caribou Lou. Sit your special behind down and continue to listen to this special broadcast. You just might learn something. That's why I'm me and you are you. See, a lot of people don't understand. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. And it's the black MAGA right now. For some strange reason, we're getting an influx of black MAGA. Ain't that something? We're getting an influx. And they get in my box and I go, well, let's, because, my mom and my dad, they taught me, my family, look out for each other. Try to help you, work with each other. But then they get in the box and they do ridiculous stuff like that. I'll never side with a Triple K. All right? Oh, Jackie, come on up here, Jackie. Come on up here, Jackie. I notice you have God in your profile. Come on up here, Jackie. She says, this is not even entertainment. You are just trying to get attention. Well, Jackie, won't you come on up here, Jackie, and entertain us, Jackie? Show me how to do it, Jackie. Jackie, I invited you. Oh, well, look at that. Jackie seems to not want to get in the box either. So guess what we're going to do? Jackie, this was for you.
Silence, you MAGA.
Hey, Jackie, I didn't even have to warm it up for you, Jackie. I just, threw you on in there. You easy work. All right. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. You want to get up here and defend your orange daddy. People coming in from Haiti. Oh, okay. Dina, come on up here, Dina. Come on up here and explain to us why you believe you're the strongest thing, or why you believe you're right. Dina. Oh, Christy, how about you, Christy? Come on up here. Okay, well, while y'all are sitting there trying to figure out which of you can handle dealing with Zeus, why don't we go and talk about one more important issue, all right? and this came up during the debate, right? This came up during the debate, and this is about January 6th, and I want to make sure you Trump supporters understand why the heat is on for you. All right, we're not gonna let you get away with this. All right, let's go, ladies and gentlemen.
Had the election stolen by Vladimir Putin because the Russians bought like $500,000 worth of Facebook ads. This has been going on for.
Hold on.
And then you try and do everything you can to help the other side win. That's what was at stake here. Now, the thing I'm most concerned about is the idea that imprisoning your political opponents, already laying the groundwork for people not accepting this. And a president's words matter. A president's words matter. People hear that. So I think this issue of settling our differences at the ballot box, shaking hands when we lose, being honest about it, but to deny what happened on January 6th, the first time in American history.
You hear this?
That a president or anyone tried to overturn a fair election and the peaceful transfer of power. And here we are 4 years later in the same boat. I will tell you this, that when this is over, we need to shake hands this election, and the winner needs to be the winner. This has got to stop. It's tearing our country apart.
Margaret? Senator Vance, did you want to respond to that?
Yeah, well, look, Tim, first of all, it's really rich for Democratic leaders to say that Donald Trump is a unique threat to democracy when he peacefully gave over power on January the 20th, as we have done.
Oh, he peacefully gave over power on January 20th. Just like the previous guest, soon as we start talking about January 6th, we don't want to talk about that day. Why not? That's the day your daddy tried to end democracy as we know it.
For 250 years in this country. We are going to shake hands after this debate and after this election. And of course, I hope that we win, and I think we're going to win. But if Tim Walz is the next vice president, he'll have my prayers, he'll have my best wishes, and he'll have my help whenever he wants it. But we have to remember that for years in this country, Democrats protested the results of elections. Hillary Clinton in 2016 said that Donald Trump had the election stolen by Vladimir Putin because the Russians bought like $500,000 worth of Facebook ads. This has been going on for a long time. And if we want to say that we need to respect the results of the election, I'm on board. But if we want to say, as Tim Walz is saying, that this is just a problem that Republicans have had, I don't buy that.
Governor.
January 6th was not Facebook ads. And I think a revisionist history on this. Look, I don't understand how we got to this point. But the issue was that happened. Donald Trump, can you do it? And all of us say there's no place for this. It has massive repercussions. This idea that there's censorship to stop people from threatening to kill someone, threatening to do something, that's not censorship. Censorship is book banning. We've seen that brought up. I just think for everyone tonight, and I'm going to thank Senator Vance. I think this is the conversation they want to hear. And I think there's a lot of agreement. This is one that we are miles apart on. This was a threat to our democracy in a way that we had not seen. And it manifested itself because of Donald Trump's inability to say. He is still saying he didn't lose the election. I would just ask that. Did he lose the 2020 election?
Let's go back there. Did Donald Trump, did the orange lunatic lose the 2020 election, JD?
I'm focused on the future. Did Kamala Harris...
Hold on.
Governor.
January 6th was not Facebook ads. And I think a revisionist history on this. Look, I don't understand how we got to this point. But the issue was that happened. Donald Trump, can you do it? And all of us say there's no place for this. It has massive repercussions. This idea that there's censorship to stop people from threatening to kill someone, threatening to do something, that's not censorship. Censorship is book banning. We've seen that brought up. I just think for everyone tonight, and I'm going to thank Senator Vance, I think this is the conversation they want to hear. And I think there's a lot of agreement. This is one that we are miles apart on.
Here we go.
This was a threat to our democracy in a way that we had not seen. And it manifested itself because of Donald Trump's inability to say. He is still saying he didn't lose the election. I would just ask that. Did he lose the 2020 election?
Tim, I'm focused on the future. Did Kamala Harris censor Americans from speaking their mind in the wake of the 2020 COVID situation?
That is a damning non-answer.
It's a damning non-answer for you to not talk about censorship. Obviously, Donald Trump and I think that there were problems in 2020. We've talked about it. I'm happy to talk about it further. But you guys attack us for not believing in democracy, the most sacred right.
Silenced. Leslie, thank you for the subscription. Do you Trump supporters understand, after this moment in the debate, independents all over the country, they said, we're not voting for Donald Trump. We know who he is, but the fact that JD won't do the right thing and uphold the Constitution, it's a done deal. We got to vote for Kamala. Thank you, JD. Thank you, JD Vance, for making it crystal clear that your oath is to Donald Trump and not the United States. Now, one last thing, and then we're going to go back to the box. Let's hear what my good friend Van Jones said that I think summarizes the debate. All right, let's listen to what Van Jones said, ladies and gentlemen, and then we're going to go, and I'm going to go back to the box, and hopefully there'll be somebody brave enough to get in the box. All right, Van Jones weighed in on the debate, and this is what he said. All right, we're going to get this on the record in the kingdom.
He lied the entire night. He lied about American energy production, which is up. He said it's down. He lied about healthcare. He said Donald Trump saved Obamacare. You have to be literally on
I want to talk about that when you're done.
He lied about the insurrections. He said we had a peaceful transfer of power. He lied. He said he never supported a national abortion ban. Donald Trump is the gaslighter in chief, and this is his loyal lieutenant who came out here to try to polish up the crazy. And I think Americans need to be very, very careful. This is a very, very deceptive guy.
Boom, boom, boom. He lied. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter, all right, ladies and gentlemen. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter, all right. Let's go. This is a MAGA demon. Easy work.
Welcome. How you doing, bro? You're doing great this morning. Deflecting off what's really been going on. That's what you're doing, bro.
No.
You're reflecting on what's going on. Yeah. So what's going on with you, Zeus?
Well, the first thing is I'm very disappointed in folks like yourself, Snuggles.
Why are you upset, bro?
Because why won't you be honest and tell us that Donald Trump lost the 2020 election? Are you willing to say it? This
election, bro.
No.
Go to the past. Do you see what you guys did to this country right now? All the people that came to your
Mo Fabulous, thank you for the scripture. No, Snuggles, this is a real Snuggles. You don't need to turn your camera on. We know how ugly you are.
Right.
This is a real serious question.
Listen, bro,
are you willing to say wait? Are you willing to say Donald Trump lost the 2020 election? That's the only reason I want to talk to you this morning. Say it. Say Trump, you lost.
Lose the election through cheating, of course.
No. No cheating. Just say Trump, you lost the 2020 election.
You cheat the elections.
Who?
The Democrats.
So
Exactly.
Snuggles is still possessed with the MAGA demon.
This is going to censor me like JD said. Go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, Snuggles is possessed with the MAGA demon still. He can't even tell the truth. Join me in giving him a round of, you guessed it, booze and shame.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Your assessment of the circumstances at hand is truly unique. Let's talk about it.
Translation, you done lost your damn mind. When you get your damn mind, you call me.
Does anyone think I was mean to Snuggles? Or as my good friend G-Man says, Snuggy? Does anyone think I'm mean to Snuggy? If you do, I don't care. Hey, Terry, won't you get in the box, Terry? I'll be nicer to you, all right? Because I don't know you, Terry. But that previous guest, yeah, he's completely gone. Oh, okay. Come on up here, user. User doesn't have the ability to go live, all right? You Democrats are delusion. All right, Kim, come up here and please and explain it to Zeus. Come on up here, Kim. If you could give me an honest reason to believe Democrats are delusional, you know what I'll do? I'll issue a public apology this morning, Kim. All right, come on up here, Kim. Don't see this. They're scared because just like their commander in chief, who is scared to debate Kamala Harris, right, Mexican guru? She's afraid to debate. He's afraid to debate Kamala Harris. These Trump supporters, they're afraid to get out here and explain why they're supporting someone they know is not a good leader. Whatever Trump has promised you, you Trump supporters, he's not going to give it to you. But you can keep giving him your money. You can keep giving him your money. Again, why MAGA roaches? That's exactly what they are. All right, Kim. So Kim, do me a huge favor, Kim, and sit your special behind down and continue to listen to this special broadcast. You just might learn something. Okay, let me get another demon up here. Adele, good morning. All right, hold on. None of these Trump supporters really Adele, I'm going to drop you. Mods, put them in a straight jacket, please. When you pin them and then I invite them and then they don't accept the guest request, just put them in a straight jacket. Okay, because they don't know what they're talking about. And as far as I'm concerned, they're probably Russian bots. And we don't want to hear anything from a Russian bot. We want to hear from those who are willing to actually tell the truth. Got called special. Yeah, they are. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. All right, and you. No, Shorty, come on, Shorty. Why would I be scared? You can't even go live. Shorty can't even go live. Put him in a straight jacket. All right. I'm Matthew. Come on up, Matthew. You put a 1 in the chat. I'm gonna put another one up here. All right, Nanak. All right. Oh, who do we got? You're a Trump supporter?
Yeah.
All right. From what part of the country?
Massachusetts.
Okay. Well, shout out to Massachusetts. Why are you allowing the MAGA demon to rule you?
Dude, enough of the show. Quit the bullshit.
Hey, watch your tone. We don't curse over here. Watch your tone. We don't curse over here.
Shut up.
Okay.
You're a punk.
Okay. So I'm gonna have to minister to this demon right here. Matthew, won't you do me a huge favor? Actually, Matthew, you know what I'm gonna do to you? I'm gonna put you right back into the right there. Just stand on the edge of the lake of fire because I got something for you. So Matthew gets into my box, ladies and gentlemen. He has nothing of value to contribute in terms of this conversation. What Matthew has really let me know is he's an incel. He's a lonely individual. All right. And Donald Trump is his superhero. He probably has a couple of tattoos of Donald Trump on him. All right. Well, Matthew, here's the deal. I really do believe deep down inside you might be a decent human being and something about you might actually be good. But you're level 10 when it comes to the MAGA demon. And unfortunately, I want nothing to do with you, champ. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and push Matthew into the lake of fire. All right, so let's warm it up for him. I want it to be extra hot, too, for you, Matthew. Extra hot. All right? And we're going to purge that MAGA demon out of you. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending Matthew straight into the lake of fire. Let's give him a huge round of boos and shame. It's a huge round. How many demons is that today?
Silence.
We got a new world record. We got like 10 demons already. I think I haven't been keeping track, but it's a lot of demons this morning. If JD won so much, why are y'all just jumping into the lake of fire?
Your assessment of the circumstances at hand is truly unique. Let's talk about it.
Translation, you done lost your damn mind. When you get your damn mind, you call me.
Yeah. Okay. So listen, I want to talk to a Trump supporter, all right, that honestly is capable of controlling the MAGA demon. All right, and really and willing to deal with the truth. All right, and keep in mind when you get in the box, I know all that energy gets, you get excited and you want to do it all. Just calm down and breathe. We can have the conversation. But if it's a battle about who's going to be the most disrespectful, I promise you I will win. It's my platform. Good morning.
Good morning.
You're D office. You're a Trump supporter?
Yes, sir.
All right, all right. What part of the country? What part of the country are you in?
I'm in Georgia.
Georgia. All right. Shout out to Georgia. Can I ask an honest question?
Yeah, I asked you twice. How are you doing today?
Oh, I didn't hear you. I'm doing all right. As you can see, I'm just doing what I do. You know, trying to get the truth out here and trying to break folks out of the cult, if that matters.
Okay.
Okay, great. So, can I ask an honest question though? It's like, what is it about Donald Trump that attracts you to him?
His policies, more than anything.
Is there a policy in particular?
Yeah, I mean, all of his policies. I mean, have you read Agenda 47?
I read through it and I skimmed through it, but I didn't like it, especially the part about giving immunity to law enforcement so that they can go around and harm and unalive people of color. I didn't like that too much.
I mean, they already have immunity, but
even if they did, even if
Agenda 47,
even if they did in your world have it, I don't think it's something they should get. I think they need to be held accountable when they don't follow the rules.
You're in favor of defunding the police too? Is that what you're saying?
Never. So that's another talking point. But here's the thing. I want to get straight into it. You know his record. You know his record. He has a record.
What record is that?
Well, he's been impeached twice. You know why?
Oh yeah. Because
do you honestly know?
Break the system.
Huh?
Yeah, because he's trying to break the system.
Okay, but
he said drain the swamp as soon as he came down the escalator, and nobody liked that. So he was trying to break the system. That's why.
Okay, but he didn't really drain the swamp.
Nancy Pelosi said herself, we have many arrows in our quiver. That's inciting violence right there. So she got many arrows in her quiver. So she knew how to break the system. She knew he was a threat to the system.
No.
Machine.
No. Okay,
it's a machine that
so D, Mr. I'm gonna call you Mr. I'm gonna call you Mr. Office. Mr. Office. I got a serious question for you.
I thank you for the respect.
Yeah. Because I'm concerned more so than I'm just trying to be up here and be an antagonist. To be quite honest,
I'm not sure why you're concerned, because he already served 4 years and the country was fine.
Well, I'm concerned about you.
But he already
No.
Don't be concerned about me.
Okay. But
I'm blessed.
Yes, okay,
I'm
but
favored by the Lord. I'm healthy. Don't be concerned about me.
Okay.
Don't be concerned about me.
Okay. But you can tell me to do that, but I'll reserve what I'll decide to do with that after I finish this conversation.
I'm well intact. God woke me up this morning, and He gave me life, and He said you have another chance. So I'm
okay. So let me ask a serious question. Let me ask a serious question. You're a religious person.
You've been trying.
You're a religious person. You just said you're blessed and highly favored. Well, I'm not a religious. You believe in God? You saved, sanctified, full of the Holy Spirit? Is that what you is? Because
I'm a spiritual person.
Okay.
I'm not a religious.
Do you have morals? Do you have morals?
I'm a spiritual person, so that equates morals.
Why do you believe there's such thing as right and wrong?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I think you do too.
Okay, so we're gonna go through this together. Is it right to break the law?
I think when I was growing up, my brother broke the law in silence, and I broke the law out loud. I learned quickly, and my mom corrected me quickly. So I grew up with checks and balances.
Is it yes or no? So, for instance, the law says it's illegal to go out here and unalive somebody, right?
Yeah.
So if you break that law, is that right or is that wrong?
No, that's wrong.
Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not asking you to agree with all the laws on the books, but there's a process.
Zeus? I know.
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen.
Land your plane.
You don't tell me what to do. You don't tell Zeus what to do.
Democrats always trying to pigeonhole people and try to get them to agree over here and agree over there.
All I'm saying, office. All I'm saying is, if there's an issue,
you said Mr. Office.
Well, you're being disrespectful. So I need you to stop interrupting me.
So you
So
drop.
if you can't,
drop the
if
Mr.
you,
when you think, when you feel, you're emotional.
yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and show you. See how I put you in a straitjacket, office? There's a power dynamic here, and I want you to understand the power is on my side, not yours. So act like you have the ability to control yourself.
I do.
Okay, so let's try this again. I'm trying to be very respectful, and if you don't want to get steamrolled, then just get in the comment section. I don't know why you're afraid to have I don't know why you're afraid to have an honest conversation. I thought you were a man. I thought you were a man.
I was listening to your.
You're afraid. You're afraid. Everything because you're trying to.
Question, sir. Zeus,
You're trying to.
Question.
See, I'm gonna tell you what it
Zeus,
is.
what's-
If you just, I'm gonna hit the mute on that behind. Okay. All right. You don't know what my question is. You just need to listen, and then when I ask you to
Just
answer
get
it,
to
answer
it.
it.
Just get to your questions. Zeus.
Okay. Well, let me say what I need to say. If there's an issue with a law that you have, the correct way to resolve it is through legislation. You don't just go out and say, I'm going to take the law into my own hands. Otherwise, we would have chaos and anarchy in a civilization. That's my point. So, when I asked you earlier, is it right or wrong to break the law? The answer is Zeus, it's wrong to break the law. All right, so that's number one. Number two, I asked you, did you know about why Donald Trump was impeached? You didn't answer the question because what I'm trying to do is help you understand that at the end of the day, you have no evidence to support what you believe about the so-called Democrats. You've been programmed, brother. You've been programmed and you need to quit it. Hit unmute. It's not that I can read you. I read you like a book. You come up here with the same talking points.
So
you're not bringing. You're not bringing any new information.
Let's have a debate. Let's have a debate. Why you support Kamala and
it's Kamala. It's Kamala.
And Walz.
It's Kamala.
Why you? I don't.
Can you act like you know how to learn?
Harris? Why you vote for Harris and Walz? Why do you vote for Harris and Walz?
She's not a criminal. She's not a criminal. Let's start there.
Oh, she just locked up a lot of black and brown people.
Did you hear what I just said? I said she's not a criminal.
She went on a prosecuted. She went on the prosecuted side and locked up a lot of black.
No, she didn't.
In 1997 to 2005, the black population decreased from 13% to 6%.
Sir,
that's her doing. In California, that's her doing.
Sir,
why did the black population decrease in California?
Sir,
under her reign.
Sir, if you look at all the prison
women,
sir,
why did she block up black women for truancy?
So. You want to get up here and push the narratives. Ladies and gentlemen, everything he just said is a lie. At best, Kamala Harris did her job. We all know that prisons tend to be predominantly filled with people of color. The office, and that was going on before Kamala Harris. So for you to get up here and try to put all of that on one person, you sound ridiculous. You sound uninformed and you sound unintelligent. Like I said to you earlier, you're not bringing any new information to this platform by repeating the lies that Donald Trump has said. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. You asked me why I'm supporting Kamala Harris, champ.
What are you bringing?
So are you going to?
She didn't even get selected. She didn't even.
So he don't want to listen. Now I'm telling you why I'm supporting her. She's not a criminal. You have to agree she's not a criminal.
That's not even your democracy.
He can't even agree that she's not a criminal. You know, it's one thing when you do it and it's to a perfect stranger, but when you got to do it to your own, it's just a sad thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, another MAGA demon is a prime candidate for hell. I got to drop the mister off of you because you're a disrespectful individual. All right? You got onto this platform.
You just can't take a man. You can't take a man. That's what you are. You just can't take another man. You just can't take another man.
Woo, whatever that means. Whatever that means, here it is. You're right. I can't take a liar like yourself, the office, mister. And so what I'm going to do is, I think you're a great person. Maybe when you're not possessed with the MAGA demon. But when you're possessed with the MAGA demon, You're just not a great person. All right? You've been programmed by Donald Trump, and the end is near. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending Dean off. Dean off and straight to the lake of fire.
Silence, you MAGA Damon.
These Trump supporters, they can't even last a minute in the box with Zeus without messing up. The first part of this is you gotta learn how to behave on TikTok. That's the very first lesson you gotta learn on this platform, and not just this platform, but for anyone's platform. You get on here and what do you want to do? Oh, I want to ruin Zeus. I want to ruin the platform for everyone because I'm so far up Donald Trump's rear end. Number one. But then number two, bring some new information. I've already heard those lies and we've debunked them. We're not just going to keep debunking the same lie over and over. And it's the blacks for Donald Trump that really get me because they honestly think they are bringing up something none of us have ever heard before. Stop embarrassing yourselves. You make 0 sense, office, aligning with the Triple K on this app. 0. You ought to be embarrassed. Yes, Zeus, I vote shoulder to shoulder with the Triple K. Why? Because Kamala locked up black people. That don't even make sense. But it does when you know Donald Trump has programmed you. You know what I'm going to do? I see a couple of people out there are triggered. They're triggered by this live. You know what I said? You must not have heard what we said at the top of the show.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Thank you, Rick. Yeah. All right, put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter and you're trying to have that conversation and you know how to actually act on TikTok. It's getting to the point where it's just getting downright disgusting and disturbing. All right, these people, they get up here and they act like it's one thing. I don't have a problem with who you vote for. But I do have a problem. I do have a problem with you getting up here and just showing your rear end and tearing your drawers out here. You're not Donald Trump, office. You're not Donald Trump. You are a person of color out here in America. Act like you know better. Don't let Donald Trump's lies gas you up. You see that there's real people sitting in prison right now because they believe that they can do whatever Donald Trump doing. And guess where Donald Trump is headed? He's heading to prison as well. Okay, who is this? Who is this? Oh, Brenda, come on up here, Brenda. Come on up here, Brenda. Come on up here. Who is this? They didn't want to accept. I didn't lock Trump up. Yeah. Debbie, I am speaking the truth, and this is why they're sitting in the chat right now, and they're plotting right now. They're thinking to themselves, what can I do to get Zeus? No, you should be thinking, what could you do to get out of that cult that you found yourself in? Oh, Luke, come on up here, Luke. Luke is struggling too. Oh, Trump will go to prison. Y'all really think Trump is going to walk? Y'all really think Trump is going to get away with all of these crimes? Woo! You can't make this stuff. You cannot make this stuff up, folks. All right. A lot of you are out there. You're benefiting and living off the government. And you're out here talking about how much you hate the United States government. It makes absolutely no sense. All right. Yeah. Well, listen, you can call Zeus whatever you want to call me. I don't really care. Method Man. Trump loves America. Come on up here. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. All right. Woo! Who do we got next? All right, I'm going to bring up somebody else. They're in the queue waiting. Let's see what this person wants to say. Who do we have? Good morning.
My name is Justice. I'm
Justice.
25 years old.
How old? Okay. Well, what part? Are you a Trump supporter?
Yeah. I just have a question for you before this starts. My question to you is, do you care about women?
Absolutely.
You do? How do you feel about Kamala Harris's husband actually assaulting a woman, slapping her in the face? Because
Well,
it came out today.
Where?
On the Daily Mail.
Let me see.
It says right here, Kamala Harris's husband, Doug Emhoff, forcefully slapped his ex-girlfriend for flirting with another man in a booze-fueled assault after date to star-studded gala.
Okay. Well, you know what I could say about that?
Well, you're talking about how...
Hold on. This is a serious thing, right? And I don't know the ins and outs of this, but I would say domestic violence, whatever it is, this is serious stuff. And if you're engaging in it, you should be held accountable for it. And I don't know, but if he's been held accountable for it, that's part of it. But then the other part is you got to do the work and actually show that you know how to rehabilitate, right? That's very important, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's wrong, and we're not going to excuse bad behavior under any circumstances. All right, I got to look into this, but I could condemn that easily. But he may have already went through this and done some real work, and that might be why he has a good relationship with Kamala Harris. Now, that happens. That's part of life in a lot of situations. All right, you're a young man. You can go through and make mistakes in life, but you can also learn from them and become a better person. All right, but while we're on the issue, I am concerned about you're supporting a person that you know hasn't done the work to be rehabilitated, right?
You've done the work.
Okay, great. You know he's been found liable for essaying E. Jean Carroll and defaming her. He continues to still do it. Did you know he actually abused his wife, Ivana, about hair plugs back in the day? You remember that?
Hair plugs?
Yeah, he had hair plugs in and it went bad, and he got angry and he abused his wife and raped her.
Oh.
Donald Trump did this. He also hung out with Jeffrey E. I got to keep it clean on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
You see him in the photos dancing with him playing wingman. You see him with Diddy. You heard of some of the comments he said about his own daughter? You heard about those comments?
If Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. If Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. If Ivanka weren't my daughter...
That's what he said.
What's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
What's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that.
You heard that? So what we just saw is, you see, I have the ability to condemn bad behavior.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, I do have the ability.
Okay, so is Donald Trump, that behavior, that's bad, correct?
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad behavior.
Okay, and has he done anything in terms of showing you he's willing to be held accountable for any of the bad things that he's done? And has he actually gone through the process of being rehabilitated?
Yeah, I would say that he's showed that he's more humble about things. But sometimes he just gets he's very unhinged. That's the problem. Like for example, like when he was had the pew pew on him, Harris called him, and then the crowd was booing. He was giving her praise, like, "Oh, I appreciate that she called me. She checked up on me. I really appreciate that."
Yeah, that's great. Okay, so all right, so let me see, because your name, you don't have a name, and I'm assuming you want to be nameless because you want to kind of protect your identity while you're out here trying to learn things, correct?
No, there's just.
Well, what should I call you by? I mean, I don't know what to refer to you as. What should I say? What's your name?
You can call me Jay.
Jay. All right. Listen, when I asked you, has Donald Trump actually gotten rehabilitated and been held accountable? Part of that means owning up and saying, I did something wrong. Recognizing that apologizing, honestly, is the first part. But honestly, you got to also start to do the work in terms of making yourself become a better human being. And in some cases, that means you got to go through the process. And in these cases, that means you got to go through the criminal process. When that moment comes, you got to go through the criminal process. Let the courts adjudicate it, right? And then accept the results and then deal with it. So he's been found civilly liable for essaying E. Jean Carroll to the tune of $80 million.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? He hasn't paid it yet. He's fighting it. Same thing about the
with great.
Huh?
He wasn't charged with great.
Right.
Court documents.
Right, but the judge actually put a statement out and said what he did though, because the statute of limitations has passed for the criminality part of it. But what the judge did say is he did grape her digitally. That means what is.
It doesn't matter what the judge says. It says in the documents, no.
No, it's not just the judge. It's actually the evidence. All right. That's why the jury found him liable. Number one. All right.
Isn't convicted, sir.
Okay. What about so what you're doing right now?
No, but can I ask you a question? Since you want to talk about
wait.
Sir,
What you're
if we're gonna keep it on both playing fields, you got to.
But you didn't do what you didn't do was you brought up a story about Doug. All right, Doug Emhoff. I looked at it and you didn't see me make any excuses. Did you hear me make any excuses for him?
No, but if you're gonna
wait. You didn't hear me say, well, this and that. I said I condemn it. It's wrong. I gotta get it. I gotta get more information, but it's wrong. But here's the thing, Jay. You won't condemn Donald Trump graping his wife. You won't condemn him graping E. Jean Carroll. You're making excuses for him. And that's wrong. You won't condemn the fact that you know he's been convicted of 34 felonies and still is lying to his supporters about what happened. You won't condemn the fact that during his term in office, he was impeached twice for breaking the law, breaking the rules. He mismanaged the pandemic. It cost Americans their lives. He's a disrespectful person. He has not changed. A leopard never changes its spots. And you won't condemn Donald Trump's bad behavior, but you want to get on TikTok this morning. Wait. You want to get on TikTok this morning and start this whole virtue signaling business as though you're some sort of beacon of hope, beacon of inspiration that you want to call somebody else out. But at the same time, you posted up right next to Donald Trump.
What I'm trying to just point out to you is you're being a hypocrite. Like, for example, Doug, he cheated on his wife in 2008 with his wife of 2 kids, with the nanny.
Donald Trump cheated on his wife with Stormy Daniels.
You're not getting what I'm saying, sir. What I'm trying to say is you're trying to call out Trump when literally Harris is with somebody just as bad. That's why I'm trying to point out.
Okay. Honestly, Doug isn't even running for office.
It doesn't matter. She's tied. She's married to him.
Okay, so using your logic,
you're talking about
sir,
Trump's dating history. Look
wow.
at Harris's dating history.
Wow. Sir, using your logic, you shouldn't support Harris or Trump, but you're still supporting Trump. Do you not see what you look like? You, Mr. Virtue Signaling Guru, you shouldn't support either of them. But you're supporting the worst of Doug and Trump. Trump is way worse.
You shouldn't support them either. By your logic, you shouldn't support them either.
Doug is not running for office. Kamala is. She's a complete. I can't make a decision about you based on somebody you with. You a completely different human being. For you to get up here,
black woman that her daughter had sickle cells, she made her go to
You know what you're doing?
Constantly.
Jay, you know what you're doing?
Do you know how sick that is?
Jay, you know what you're doing? You're searching for dirt now. You're
searching
just
for dirt. No, I know this. I didn't search for no dirt.
Do you listen to what kind of music you listen to?
What type of music I listen? I listen to Christian music.
Okay, that's the problem. You're not in reality. Do you sin?
Do I sin?
Yeah, own it.
Everyone.
Okay, when was the last time you sinned? What did you do?
What did I do? I cussed.
What else?
That's the
You so,
probably
huh?
lied. Yeah.
You probably lied.
Yeah.
What else? You ever bear false witness?
Bear false witness? Yeah, of course, everyone does it.
So it sounds
But
like
I
you got a
don't.
lot to work on.
But sir, there's a
It sounds
difference.
like,
I don't
hey,
work for
Jay,
the same, sir.
Jay, I got some,
I don't
I
work
got
for
some,
the same.
Jay, I got some intel. You got a lot of work to do on your own soul, brother, because you're on your way to hell. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I don't use that lightly. But just
Sir,
getting to
sir,
listen to
you
you and
believe
get
in
to know you,
abortion. You believe in abortion. You're on your way to hell. That's the worst thing you could do. Thou shalt not unalive. That's what it says in the
yeah,
Ten Commandments,
yeah,
sir.
yeah. But you got a false
And
god.
do you and you think and
Remember, you the one worshiping a false god.
nah, Jesus Christ is Lord. He is the King of Kings,
Yeah, no,
Lord
no,
of
no.
Lords, and
So
you will confess it and bow down to Him on the day of judgment.
okay,
And
well,
you will take
guess what I
account for
got for
your
you.
sins. I
You know what I'm
believe
gonna
in
do to
Jesus.
you? You
I
know what I'm
don't
gonna
care
do
what
to
you
you,
gotta do.
Jay?
Guess what? I'm gonna lead before you even do it. Jesus Christ is Lord.
Anything else? Woo! You know, there's a passage in the Bible. I don't know the exact place, but I remember it vaguely. The demons saw Jesus, and they said, "Jesus, we know who you are. Before you do it to us, how about you cast us into that pack of pigs over there?" Jesus said, "Go ahead and do it." And guess what? They ran into the pigs, and then the pigs ran off the cliff. Jay, you remind me of that because you knew what was coming. The truth is not in you. You're possessed with the MAGA demon. Whatever book you've been reading, put it down. Whatever building you associate with, go ahead and withdraw your membership because you've been lied to, young man. You're worshiping Donald Trump and you don't even see it. You try to come out here and act like you were holier than thou, but you standing next to the devil himself on TikTok. You're an embarrassment. And that's why you don't put your name on your account. See how I spotted you before you came in here with all that nonsense? So guess what I'm going to do? Because you thought you jumped in the lake of fire. You didn't jump in. You hid. But I'm going to throw your special behind in there. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to warm up the lake of fire for that previous guest. His name was Jay. He didn't have a name on his account. All right, Jay? If you don't get your soul right, hell will be your portion. And you are a prime candidate for hell. I don't care what those people are around you say. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give them a round of boos and shame.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Now you in hell.
The circumstances at hand is truly unique. Let's talk about it. Translation?
You done lost your damn mind. When you get your damn mind, you call me.
Does anyone feel sorry for Jay? Does anyone feel sorry for what I just did to Jay? I tossed him in the lake of fire. Jay, I ran into a lot of folks like you. Some of them, they see the light and they change course. Some of them are like you and they have no remorse. All right? Listen to this one lady, Jay. All right? Somebody who saw the light.
To the Christians, do not be deceived. Stop thinking that everybody who waves a flag and shouts freedom is your friend and a good person, because we have people like this trying to join up in the movements. I found this out the hard way. I found it out the hard way. That not everybody is in things for the same reasons you are. I was in the People's Convoy, and what a fucking disappointment that ended up being. What a disappointment to find out that these people that you were with, they weren't like you. They didn't care about the country. They were a bunch of grifting motherfucking live streamers that wanted to make money off of the people in America who were hardworking and sending their money, little old ladies, old men, people who had to wait for their paychecks so they could give a little bit of money to help people drive around and shout freedom and fight for freedom. And to find out that it was really for nothing, to find out that the people involved, a lot of the people involved that are involved in this convoy right here were really bad people. They were bad people who did not care about the causes that they joined. They used them for their own profit. How sad is that? When there's people who really fucking care. There's people who really sacrifice for the causes. They sacrifice for the causes. For real. It's in their hearts. And these kinds of motherfuckers come and attach them.
Y'all hear that? She see the light. She got out of that cult. All right. All right, let's try this again. Are there any Trump supporters that want to get in the box and tell the truth this morning? This is a sad situation. You Trump supporters, you should be thanking folks like me and others who are voting for Kamala Harris, because we're the ones actually saving this country from folks like you who don't know any better. All right, put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. Okay, let's see, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I got to start bringing up some of the friendlies. Wait. Someone said I'm a rude host. Brenda, what makes me... Brenda, what makes me a rude host? Hey! That's hilarious. All I'm doing is showing y'all who Donald Trump is, giving y'all the information so you can go out there and make up the decision you're on your own. Y'all don't got that same energy when y'all hear Donald Trump talking about Kamala Harris and lying on her. Y'all don't have that same energy now all of a sudden when it's Zeus. Zeus, we got a problem with what you're doing. Yeah, right. Oh, it's okay when Trump does it. He has to defend himself. Why can't I defend myself? Why can't Democrats defend themselves? Renee, come on up here. I mean, listen, y'all can see, even if you're not a Democrat, I go above and beyond. And I hear these Trump supporters. I really do. But we don't tolerate disrespect. We don't tolerate the slurs and all of that yelling and aggressive. We don't do that. So I'm rude because I don't tolerate that? No, I'm showing you how to have standards. All right, put a 1 in the chat. Who is this? We're gonna have a breakthrough this morning. I feel it. Renee, good morning. Is that how you pronounce your name?
Yeah.
Renee, all right, good morning. You're a Trump supporter?
I am absolutely 150,000% Trump supporter.
Great. Have you been watching this show for a second?
I just started watching it.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to ask you some questions about why all the virtue signaling coming from MAGA all of a sudden. You know, because don't you think it's weird when Trump supporters try to act like they have morals?
Trump supporters do have morals. A lot more morals than the Democrats do.
Whew. So let me ask you.
A lot bigger heart than the Democrats. The Democrats don't care about anyone but themselves.
That's not true.
Period.
That's not true.
That is true.
So what do you think about Donald Trump being impeached? Let's start there.
I don't think Jean Carroll she had no idea what date it was. She had no idea nothing. That was a big setup. And if you don't think it is, you better open your eyes.
You mean E. Jean Carroll?
Let me tell you one thing about Donald Trump.
You mean E. Jean Carroll? Look, the dog. Is that the dog barking? Is that the dog? The dog knows you're lying. The dog knows you're lying.
Oh no, I'm not lying.
Yeah, that's how this works. You know, because every Every
who
time a
did
Trump supporter gets in the box and they're
Yeah.
telling the truth, the dog is quiet. But when they
No,
start
I don't
lying, the
think
dog starts going rah, rah, like your dog
Absolutely
is.
not. No.
All right. See how the dog is quiet?
Now, how many
Now start
wars,
lying. Start
how
lying
many
again.
wars was going on when Donald Trump was in for 4 years? How many wars did we have? Do you remember?
Yeah, we had the Afghanistan war.
Oh, we did when he was in?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. We had no wars when Trump was in them 4 years.
You're
Where are we
wrong.
at right? Where
You're
are we
wrong.
at right now?
Which
Answer my question.
so you don't remember the Afghanistan war?
I remember the Afghanistan
Yeah,
war.
yeah. Who got the troops out? Trump or Biden?
Biden did. Biden. Yeah,
So-
he was good. He was
so-
good in
so-
Afghanistan,
so-
but he left
so-
our troops
so-
behind to be killed.
So listen. So if Biden got them out, that means they were still in Afghanistan when Trump was in office, correct?
He
Look
was,
at that. The crow is even saying something. See, the crow is even saying you're lying.
when he left them 13 people back behind them, poor babies behind in that war to be killed. Is that what you're talking about?
Renee,
Oh, he didn't do that though. He didn't do that. That's right. That's all covered up. He didn't leave all our equipment over there. He didn't leave them. Poor 13, and one of them was my cousin. He left them behind to be murdered.
can you say unalived on TikTok, because we got to keep it friendly? But it was Donald Trump who negotiated with the Taliban, right, to draw down those troop numbers. Remember all of this? He actually at one point wanted to invite them to Camp David.
Yeah.
He dwindled the U.S. troop numbers and bases down to a level where we couldn't even respond when we needed to. Then he refused to engage in a peaceful transfer of power, right? Which he would have then been able to help the Biden and Harris administration understand what was happening in Afghanistan so that they could then put the appropriate supports in place to actually make the withdrawal even more successful. He is a failed leader on so many levels. You have
say that. How is
look at
that
his
right?
record. Look at his record, Renee. That's why I asked you before you got to the E. Jean Carroll
Okay.
thing. I said if we looked at his record, you would
Yeah.
see 2 impeachments. Correct?
Yeah.
You know why he was impeached?
It's a bunch of baloney. It's the Democrats doing what they do
Do
usually.
you do you know why he was impeached?
Cheat
Jesus
and they
Christ.
steal.
Do you know why he was impeached though? Honestly, even if you don't agree with it, do you know why?
I don't agree
Okay,
with it.
so you know why though, right? Because
Yeah, and I don't agree with it.
okay, the first one is because he was withholding the aid from Ukraine because he wanted Zelensky to give him dirt on Joe Biden and his son. Right? That's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. When we authorize funding and aid to our allies, you give it to them. You don't take it out on. You don't take your personal vendettas out on our allies. That's wrong. Number 2, he incited an insurrection on January. Wait. He incited an insurrection on January 6th.
Absolutely not.
That's why he was impeached, though.
Absolutely, he did. You tell me what he did, and that
The dog. You hear the dog?
that told him to go down there. He
The dog
told the
knows she
people,
lying.
you go down there and break into the White House, and you break it all up, and you walk in there. I didn't hear him say that. Did you?
You want me to hear? Let me tell you what he said. How about this?
I know what he said. I was watching.
How about this?
Now it is up to Congress to confront this egregious assault on our democracy. And after this, we're going to walk down, and I'll be there with you. We're going to walk down. We're going to walk down anyone you want, but I think right here we're going to walk down to the Capitol. And we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women. And we're probably not going to be cheering so much for some of them. Because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength, and you have to be strong.
Yeah, and we're going to have a peaceful I didn't hear nothing about going in there and breaking up that Capitol.
If we have a sea of people, if we shut down the streets, if we shut down everything, if we flood the Capitol building, flood all the government buildings, go inside. These are public buildings. We own them. We own these buildings. Do you understand that? We own the buildings and we pay all the people that work in the buildings.
Got any questions?
Yeah, I do have. I have a big question now.
Is the dog okay? Because I can tell the dog is sorry, Pooch. To the Pooch, sorry that I'm having to have this tough conversation. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help the Pooch.
Okay. Who ordered 10,000 troops to be there to help out that day because he thought it was going to get loud?
I don't know.
Oh,
I've heard through the grapevine Donald Trump said he ordered those troops, but
Yeah.
you know he's in charge of the DC National Guard, so you got to ask him. You got to ask
No,
him.
what happened?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know?
You hear the
that
dog back there? Wow.
Nancy Pelosi said absolutely not, and they stopped that.
Okay. I'll give you. How about this? Well, I'll give you that. That's a point for you. I'll give you that. That's a point for you. Fair enough.
Yep.
Okay. Can I get a point? Let me get a point.
Go ahead. You get a
Okay.
point.
Great. Who organized the Stop the Steal rally?
Stop the Steal rally. Well, that was Trump. Trump had a rally.
Okay.
Yep.
So that means what happened on January 6th in Washington D.C. At least before the attack, Donald Trump was part of planning that. Correct?
Planning the rally. Yep.
Okay. Great. Which is the dog okay?
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. Okay. Now let's go into this. When Mike Pence said Donald Trump wanted him to place him above the Constitution, do you remember that?
Yep.
Was that the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do?
Well, I think it was a stolen election. That's my thought.
No. But Mike Pence said Trump wanted him to do that.
Yeah.
Is that right or wrong?
It's probably wrong.
Okay, it's not probably. So that's 2 points for Zeus, right? You see how this is starting to stack up, right? Those who are the hostages, are those Trump supporters, FBI agents, or Antifa?
Neither of them are Trump supporters.
Huh?
Neither of them. FBI ain't for Trump, and Antifa ain't for Trump.
No. The ones that are in prison right now.
They're
Are
Trump
those?
supporters.
There's Trump supporters. So that's 3 points for Zeus. I'm waiting for you to say Nancy Pelosi or FBI or Antifa, but everything seems to stack up against Donald Trump. So now we can go back and understand why Donald Trump was impeached for an insurrection, inciting an insurrection. Okay.
But he didn't incite it. I don't believe
But you just gave me those points and said basically everything that happened there was because of Donald Trump. So you didn't have his. You don't have. Huh?
protest? Did
Huh?
you forget that he was saying we're going to have a peaceful protest, or was that
I gave you the point for that, but you still don't have enough points. All right. So we got 2 impeachments. Now we can go to the convictions. You're aware he was convicted 34 felonies, correct?
Yep. Tell me about him. Come on, tell me about him.
So that's on his record. I don't need to go into detail. So you know he's a convicted felon.
Do you know the details?
Yeah. But that means he's a convicted felon, correct?
Well, yeah. In New
Okay.
York.
Yeah. In
New
the
York,
state.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Now the E. Jean Carroll thing. He
I
was
don't
found.
believe that ever happened. I'm
But
sorry.
it's on. But the liability and the paperwork has already been finalized, and as far as you and I know, that paperwork indicates he was found liable. Correct?
I do not believe that ever happened.
I didn't ask you if you
And I
believed
believe
it,
that
but
the judge,
wait. But the paperwork, it's finalized.
George Soros judge, was in on that. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
but is the paperwork finalized?
Yes.
Okay, so he's on paper. He's an adjudicated rapist, right?
On paper.
Yeah. Okay. So this is what I mean. The record. All right. That means if you put their name in a system and the computer gives you the file, you'll see these things on it. All right. He's been found liable for committing decades of fraud with his businesses in New York, right? That's why he was fined almost $500 million, correct?
Yeah, that shouldn't have happened.
I didn't ask you if it shouldn't have, but
you
it's
look at the paperwork.
yeah.
It shouldn't have happened.
But it did.
But it did. Well, a lot of people are in jail right now that are innocent.
Renee, come on. You're about to get out of the cult. You're about to go. Okay, so on paper, he's found liable for this. So far, we got all these red flags on Donald Trump. Did you know he was also indicted 3 other times?
Yep.
What was the other reasons that he was indicted?
I forget.
Okay, well, let's start with January 6th in Washington, D.C. with Jack Smith.
Jack Smith, people. You bringing up Jack Smith? He's not even worth even bringing up. Or Mayorkas, none of them are.
Okay, I don't know what Mayorkas got to do with this, but he's been indicted for the election subversion in January 6th out in Washington, D.C. It turns out Donald Trump also seems to have stolen classified documents and violated the nation's Espionage Act and committed obstruction of justice.
Oh, he stole documents. Yeah, that's right. He had them in Mar-a-Lago, right?
So
United States had classified documents.
So Renee, the dog is. I'm concerned about the pooch, honestly, because all I wanted to do.
You're concerned about Trump, but we can't talk about Biden and all the paperwork he had in like 5 different locations.
Okay, so we're gonna go put President Biden's name in the same computer system we put Trump's name in. What's gonna come out? What's gonna come out?
And you know that his.
What's gonna come out? We put Biden's name into the same system that we just put Donald Trump's. Remember, we put Trump's name in. We're gonna get a bunch of red flags. Ding, ding, ding. He's done all these things. Did Biden get it?
Biden was a senator, shouldn't have had stuff, and he was a vice president. He was never a president when he took that paperwork.
Renee,
don't forget, Donald Trump was a president.
Renee, did Biden get impeached?
No.
So his name's not. It's nothing's going to come out then if you put his name in the system. Did he get convicted of any felonies? Did he get convicted of any felonies?
Of course, it's not going to come.
Okay. So stop right there. Stop right there.
It's a
stop.
Democrat.
Can you stop right there?
The
just for a quick.
Democrats get away with everything. They are the most crookedest people I've ever met in my life.
Renee, last question. All right, and then I'm going to then say I need you to really reflect on this conversation. And by the way, thank you for showing these other Trump supporters how to behave on TikTok. All right, because you've done a great job doing that. All right, but when it comes to analyzing and looking at the data, we're still struggling. So I give you 2 sheets of paper, and we're just going to remove Trump and Harris's name off of those names, right? And you see that there's 1 sheet of paper that lists like maybe 7, 8, 9, 10 red flags. And then you got this other sheet of paper and there's no red flags. And you have to make a decision about which individual should run your business. Which one do you choose?
Absolutely, President Trump.
I took the names off. You don't know who it is. You just see one has a lot of red flags, one doesn't. Which do you choose, and why?
I would always choose President Trump. Do you have a 401k?
Did you not understand my question? What was my question? What was my question?
I guess I didn't.
Okay, because I need your mind to slow down a quick second. You don't know the names. These are nameless people. So you can't say I picked Trump. Wrong answer. Let's try this again. You have 2 individuals. You have 2 different resumes. One resume has over 10 red flags, and then the other one has no red flags. Which one do you pick to run the business?
I'm going to pick the one with no red flags.
Thank you. Thank you. I need you to think about that, all right?
I don't have to think about it.
No. I know you know better. What you've just demonstrated is you know better. Now, you can put the names on it.
Yep.
And you're going to have to deal with the fact that you're voting for a person that you know is unqualified and unfit to run this country. And even the dog knows that doesn't make any sense,
but
Renee.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, I gotta move it on. But I know you know what 1 + 1 is. But
my life 4 years ago was fantastic.
No, it wasn't.
Now I have to either pay my bills or feed my family. I mean,
Renee, can I ask you a question? What day was it 4 years ago? What day was it?
The whole 4 years.
No, give me the exact date. 4 years ago from today's date, what day would it be?
Oh, when Trump was in.
Yeah, what day would it have been?
Oh, I don't know.
It's 2024 now. Yeah. Subtract 4 years. What?
2020.
Huh? Okay, and Go look on the internet, please, on what was happening in America and the world at that point in time. Could you do that for me? I promise you, your life wasn't better. I promise you.
Oh, my life was a lot better. Paying my grocery bills and filling out my car. I don't know how anyone can say it.
Okay,
And-
Renee. Okay,
and
this is the
renting
last. This is the last
Yeah.
clue I'm going to give you. This is the last clue I'm going to give you. 2020, we were in a
I know,
nasty. You weren't going anywhere. We were locked down, so of course the demand for gas wasn't that high because people were stuck inside. So that's why the prices were down. But you weren't happy.
I wasn't stuck inside. I still was not stuck inside at
Okay,
that.
but you know what I'm saying. The rest of the country, a lot of us were stuck inside the house.
Yeah.
There were food shortages, tissue. You couldn't even buy toilet paper. Stock market, unemployment going in the wrong direction. So for you to get up here and say 4 years ago, knowing what we were living through, Donald Trump telling us to hit the body with light and inject with disinfectant, promising it would go away by the summer, to get up here and say you were doing better is a flat, bold-faced lie. I need you to stop it. Can you stop saying that?
No, my life was a lot better.
Okay, so now we're just going to straight go to the you're possessed.
Well,
I
no,
think
I'm
you're.
not possessed.
I gotta move it on, Renee, because this was a great
comment. And
Huh?
and you know what the sad thing is?
What's that?
I had one Moderna shot. One.
Okay.
My this to this day is fucked up.
Okay.
My husband's cousin had the shot. He ended up dying, unfortunately.
Renee.
So
Renee, here's the deal.
Yeah.
I don't think you're being honest with us this
Oh,
morning.
I'm being honest.
You've been well behaved. You've been well behaved, but a lot of us, especially like me, I've lost loved ones as a
Yeah.
result of that. Have you?
I've lost it. No, not because of that. Because of the shot.
Whatever it was.
Yeah.
We lost loved ones. And for you to try to pee on my leg and tell me it's raining outside by saying you were doing better 4 years ago, I just feel like you're being disingenuous, and I don't even think you can control it at this point, because when you're possessed with the MAGA demon, Renee, you lie like this. That's all you know. But I think if you really were to go look at the information, Renee, and say 4 years ago from today, was I doing better? You would have to conclude, no, you weren't. Because the nation was terrified about what would possibly happen next. So guess what we're going to do, Renee? Ladies and gentlemen, Renee, I got to send you to the lake of fire and move it on, all right? All right? Ladies and gentlemen, Renee, I think is a very good person. But when Renee allows the MAGA demon to take control over her thoughts and be in the driver's seat, she's really not such a nice person. So, Renee, I'm going to warm up the lake of fire. All right. All right. It was a pleasure talking to you. And I do hope this helps purge the MAGA demon out of you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending Renee straight to the lake of fire. Let's give her a round of boozy. Shane.
Silence, you MAGA
Your
demon.
assessment of the circumstances at hand is truly unique. Let's talk about it.
Translation?
You done lost your damn mind. When you get your damn mind, you call me.
Yeah, okay. I know Renee is going to reflect on this conversation, and she's going to go and do some real soul searching. I promise you. Because they always come back to me and they tell me, they say, Zeus, you know what? You run a very tight operation, but I got to respect it, because what you're doing, it's doing a lot to my up here, all right? Let me bring up the first panelist, all right? The next panelist, all right? Let's get some of our friendlies up here, all right? Good morning, Tiffany, for the people. How are you doing?
Hey, Zeus.
Looking mighty well. Wow. This is sanity, ladies and gentlemen. We're taking a break from the insanity, all right? How are you? So you've been watching this show.
Hi, Zeus. Hi, the Kingdom of Truth. The truth.
Thank you, Joy. Yes.
Emphasis on the truth. First of all, Free the dog until the dog is free. Free Fido. Anybody with me to go rescue Fido?
Wow, the dog was really vocal, wasn't it? Was it the pooch? Wow.
Zeus, we had the not only the dog in the background, we had the crow in the background. That was
Alicia, thank you.
It's like they're so close.
She's going to push through. I think out of all the ones we've interviewed this morning, she's going to actually push through because she was able to control herself a little bit better than the rest of the previous guests, right? And then she was able to recognize that if we had two candidates, that one had a very terrible record and the other one had a pretty clean record, she would pick the one with the clean record. So she knows that. But there's something else. There's something going on back there.
Yeah, it's the dry coochie energy block, and it's the SDE block. It's the cognitive dissonance block. And why do they always? Did you see what I said? I said four score and 7 eggs ago.
Tell them.
Because somebody said it in the chat. That 4 years ago they just liked their bigotry better.
You think that's what it is? They felt comfortable being able to be terrible people under Donald Trump, and so they missed those moments. That's interesting. Maybe there is something to that.
I think there is, and I often wonder to myself, how did MAGA, especially these MAGA men, these MAGA women, how did y'all like go backwards? I mean, listen, Zeus. 4 years ago, we had all that time. We were sitting down, right?
Yeah.
We were inside. We had a lot of time to, I went back to school. I got educated. I read. I talked to people.
Amen.
How did you manage in a time where it could have been pivotal for your self-reflection and growth, and you actually regressed?
Yeah.
But that's what we know. We know that's what they want. They want us to go back.
Yeah, but we're not going back. All right. Because when we fight, what?
We win.
We win.
We win.
Yeah.
I just want to say, I'm not going to take up too much of your time, but I'm seeing it everywhere all over my city. I mean, it's where we're erupting in my town. I'm not going to mention where in Michigan. We are a swing state. We're a pivotal state. I had a conversation with a whole 12-year-old yesterday who was rocking his Harris Walls shirt. Just a very engaging young man in politics. I mean, we are voting for the future generations. We are voting for human rights.
Thank you.
For the rights of the BIPOC community, for LGBTQIA, for women's rights, period. So MAGA, you're done. You don't stand a chance. You're on the way out. Here lies, we're in Halloween, it's October. Halloween month, here lies the Republican Party and MAGA.
Wow.
Okay, so it's on the way out.
It is. We're watching the downfall of MAGA, and to your point, yes, because deep down inside, they know Donald Trump is a terrible leader. Mm-hmm. And I do believe that once he loses, you're going to see Donald Trump basically descend into the abyss of just pure chaos. Seriously. Sue, thank you so much for the choo-choo train.
I like that train, not the Trump train. Straight to
right.
Zeus, what did you think about the VP debate last night?
I believe that J.D. Vance did a very good job of beating Donald Trump, showing he actually knows how to debate, but he lied his rear end off. All right. Thank you, Sue. Yeah, what did you think? And Tim Walz, by the way, did an outstanding job. It was a master class, just basically putting sticks of dynamite into all of the little conspiracies and blowing them up and embarrassing him. And then the way that he ended with the January 6th piece, work of perfection, seriously.
And I love that what did he say? He said, I thought you weren't going to advance it. I thought you weren't going to fact check me. What does that mean?
Yeah.
What does that mean? I mean, you're up there debating, and then you say, the rule was you weren't going to fact check me. So they just straight up lie.
They lie like a rug. I promise you. That's all they know how to do, though, Tiffany. That's all they know how to do.
Yeah. So I'll drop. But Zeus, great to see you.
Great to see you too.
I'm gonna be doing some more political lives. Hope to see you all there. Thank you for having me. It's been amazing.
Follow Tiffany for the people, ladies and gentlemen. All right, serious.
Yes. Really cool. You don't have to tell me. Maybe you can inbox me. But how do you get the setting where you like your gifts pop up so people have to like gift before they come up? Is that just like?
Oh, I don't know how to do that. I'm terrible at this. I just hit go live most of the time. I just hit.
I'll figure it out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up for Tiffany for the people. No lies detected. Yeah, I don't know all the ins and outs of this app. I just hit go live and make sure I kind of get some of the things that I need queued up, more so over here on the computer. All right, let's bring up our next panelist. Who do we got next, ladies and gentlemen? All right, my good friend, cold as the days. Welcome. All right, are you there? All right, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, and how are you doing?
I'm all right. Just, tending to these affairs.
I know you seen that debate last night.
Yeah. What are your thoughts about it? Because a lot of the Trump supporters, before the show started, they were saying Walz lost. But since this show has been going, they're mighty quiet. They're going, you know what? We need to go back to the drawing board.
Well, first and foremost, I have a bone to pick with Senator J.D. Vance.
Oh.
Because I have been missing my sandalwood eyeliner, and now I know who has it. I know he's got it. I know he's got my eyeliner.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
He has got my eyeliner. But, yes, it was like I told my son, I said, now watch this guy. I said, because, they kept on putting it out there. Oh, he's a Yale graduate. And I'm like, okay, yeah, just like Josh Hawley, he went to Harvard, but that doesn't mean that they know anything of substance when it comes to policy and things like that.
Right.
All he did a better job of spinning BS. And like you said, it was just basically words. Kamala Harris regime, Kamala Harris administration. Then he also said the Harris Biden administration. I'm like, so does he not know that Joe Biden is the president and Kamala is just the VP under Joe Biden?
Amen. That's the thing, right?
Yeah, and then blaming everything. It was like, first it was, she was supposed to be the border czar. Well, she never appointed herself the border czar, and that wasn't her job as VP. Her job as VP is to support the legislation and tie break to get meaningful legislation to the president's desk. Her job is to be support and the ear for the president.
Amen.
Her job is to be second in line if something happens to the president.
Amen.
Her job is not to sign bills, because she doesn't do that. Her job is not to pass legislation, because even though she's the president of the Senate, she is not a sitting member of Congress.
Amen.
And then when he not only did he triple down, but he quadrupled down on the things, the rhetoric about the migrants and the Haitian migrants in Ohio. And then he said, well, I've talked to people, and they're telling me these stories.
Amen.
No, they're not, because you just set up in a lie on CNN and told them that you made it up in order to get the attention of the media. So
Amen.
Now you're lying on the people in Ohio.
Thank you.
Then another thing.
Go ahead and show Cole some love. She up here cooking, J.D. Vance. Y'all know this is real work. Get your bacon, eggs, okay?
That got me was when he was talking about the referendum that the people in Ohio.
Angel. Let's go, Angel.
Brought forth about women's bodily autonomy, and basically trying to got all the petitions signed so they can put it on the ballot.
Amen.
So that the people in Ohio can bring back healthcare rights for women.
Amen.
Basically in Ohio, the people they spoke. Yeah, but you was in support of basically doing away with women's rights, because you said yourself, and I love that they fact checked him and basically said you yourself stated that you were in favor of a national abortion ban.
And he is.
Yes.
He is.
He sat up there and just lied his tail off.
Gee,
I believe that, what I really thought was really crazy, but I figured they was going to try to throw a little typhoon in there for Tim Walsh, who's like, you said that you were in Tiananmen Square in whatever month, and he was like, I was there that summer, and I actually came back here and went back several more times to take different sports teams. Over there, but I was there that summer. I was like, well, so I'm not understanding what that had to do with, the things that MAGA say is so concerning: the immigration, the economy, eggs and gas and fart.
Amen.
And what is Tim Walsh being in China and Tiananmen Square have to do with what you all are your basic concerns? But I figured they were going to try to throw something in there. But he basically walked the floor with JD Vance, and anybody who sits here and says that he didn't, they're full of crap. Now, the reason why they feel like that JD Vance did such a good job is because they're liars. Their Orange Jesus is a liar, and JD Vance is just a liar on steroids and a fast talking liar at that.
Hallelujah.
Because it's like he just sit there and lied.
Yeah.
And these people, that's why I've said it before and I will say it again. I can't and I will not have a kumbaya moment with these people because they don't want the same things we want.
They don't.
They want for Trump to get in so that he could basically indemnify the police so that they can do whatever they want to do to people like me and people that look like my son.
Thank you.
People that look like
and you get these brothers up here. And you get these brothers coming up here. I don't know where we must have struck gold or oil somewhere out here in these MAGA streets. And now we get these brothers coming up in here and they acting like it is okay to let the law go around and beat them up like that.
Yeah.
All of a sudden they okay with it.
You know what they say? It's not gold. That's fool's gold. Black MAGA is fool's gold. That's roaches for raid, chickens for nuggets, cows for steers for steaks. That's what they are. And for and the one chick that come up talking about I was doing better 4 years ago, and I was sitting there, I said Zeus is finna get her, baby, because 4 years ago was October 2nd, 2020, and baby, we were in the midst of a pandemic. We were still on lockdown. Even though Trump said we was gonna be outside for Easter, and when the heat comes for summer, it's gonna go away. It's gonna go away just like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, but it was still here in October. So for her to sit up and lie and talk about how she was doing so great October 2nd of 2020, that's BS. And then when she came up with do you have a 401k? Baby, 401ks are booming. Yeah, 401ks are booming. My sister and my son both left companies that my sister was with the company for Fortune 500 company for like 25 years. My son was with the company where he was just there for like 7 years, but he put a lot of money, and his company they actually matched 2 to 1 on the 401k. They both pulled their 401k when they left those companies. My sister retired, my son moved to another company, and he just took his 401k out, and I basically told him, stop paying people to babysit your money. You can basically start your own, get a high yielding savings account and actually put the money in there. So he did that. But when they withdrew their 401ks and cashed them out, they were hit big time, and they did that in 2020, not 2021, not 2022, 23 or 24. They did that before Trump left office. So for them to sit up and talk about how the 401ks they were doing okay when the stock market was doing okay. But if you remember, towards the end of his term, the stock market was going down, jobs were lost, people were unaliving because of COVID-19. The country was shut down.
And that's the part we're trying to help them understand.
Yeah, and the only people who were benefiting were big corporations and the people that were out there just like those Fools Gold, Blacks for Trump, and probably just like the chick that was just asking about the 401k. She said she was doing better. It's probably because she was stealing. And you know what we say, was you stealing or was you eating?
Amen. Well, listen, Cole, as the days, I got to move it on. But listen, you did an excellent job this morning. Seriously. Explaining to these common folks out here, it's the ones that ain't thinking what really is going on out here. And I appreciate that. All right? Seriously.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Let's show Cole as the days some love. Let's give her a round of applause. No lies detected. For the record, Tim Walz won the debate yesterday. Go look at the polls. All right, he won the debate yesterday, more truthful. And the little thing about whether or not he was in China, we don't care. It took a real man to own up to it and say, you know what, I was being a bit of a knucklehead. All right, but yeah, the people, you can see who I am, and you can see that I still got people voting for me and pushing me to the highest levels in the United States. All right, so let's not get it twisted out here, ladies and gentlemen. All right. And the other thing is, you can't say you have a problem with somebody lying when you support the biggest liar out there. That's the thing that's the thing about this entire situation that gets me. Donald Trump told over 30,000 lies while he was in office. Go look it up. Go on the internet, type Trump 30,000 lies. You'll see all the information about those 30,000 lies. And then, you know what these knuckleheads do, these so-called geniuses, these MAGA demons? I'm going to go into Democrat Live and say, Zeus, Tim Walz lied. Got him. We're going to be like, listen, okay, what about those 30,000 Donald Trump told? All right, how you going to sit there and say you have a problem with that one lie, but you're okay with 30,000 plus and counting? This is why I tell you, Trump supporters, something's wrong up here. Something's wrong up there. All right. All right. Let's see who we got next, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Who do we got? All righty then. All right. Good morning, my good friend, Miss Morningstar. How are you doing?
Hey, Zeus. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up?
I'm all right. You know, I'm really out here trying. For some strange reason, we've had an influx of Black MAGA.
I've been seeing the Black
What the world has happened out here on TikTok? What's wrong with these folks?
You know what? They done messed around and drunk the wrong fruit punch. That's
the Kool-Aid.
They messed around, drunk the wrong fruit punch, and their minds are just gone. And it's a lot of self-hatred. You know, they look in the mirror every day. Like you had that one lady up there the other day with the purple hair. Remember her?
Yeah,
Lamika. I think it was Lamia or something. I went and did a little investigation on her. She's miserable. Yeah, she's just miserable.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Prayer, thoughts and prayers for Lanisha.
Thoughts and prayers, but I'm gonna just recommend she keep coming to your live and just listening. Maybe she'll learn something. Maybe not. But we can't pull her along. We gotta keep it moving.
Thank you.
We gotta keep it moving. But
thank you, Natalie. You are too.
I wanted to put my input on the debate last night.
Okay, go ahead.
I thoroughly enjoyed Senator Walz.
Tim Walz,
Tim Walz, Governor.
Yeah, Governor Walz.
He was really, really authentic. And what I appreciated with him is he made what he was saying, he made it make sense. Instead of, all the jargon that sometimes that you get from politicians. He really put it together and made it make sense.
Yeah.
And it was sensible. And then you had JD. JD, and it's sad that we have come to this point in the United States where we can sit here and say, well, he actually spoke without insulting, and he actually, spoke clear. Even though he was lying, we're kind of passive, giving him a pass because he spoke without using insulting words or gestures or things that Trump likes to do. Because we are all suffering from PTSD with all this trauma we done had to go through for the last, 4 or 7 years with this crazy nut in office.
Yeah, they keep asking us to let go of things like January 6th. We're not. The trauma is too real.
It's too real. We cannot let it go. People lost their lives. He tried to destroy our democracy as it stands. He tried to everything we stand for. He tried to demolish. How can we let that go? We can never let that go, and we ain't gonna never forget. But guess what? We ain't never going back.
We ain't going back.
Period. That we not going back. We not going back. So based on the debate, I absolutely hands down Walz won. He was factual. He told the truth. Yes, he admitted like a man that he misspoke, which men do and women when we make mistakes because we're human.
That's
and
the
we're
part.
Imperfect.
That's the part.
We know how to say, you know what? you're right. I made a mistake. I misspoke. But when have you seen Donald Trump or any of his followers do that? They get up here every day on this tickety tot and lie, 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 lie.
That's
The
so
truth
true.
ain't
That's
in
why
them. The truth is right there in front of them.
itchy. That's why I was concerned. That gentleman that came up here, his name was Jay, right? He did not want to admit Donald Trump hasn't done the work to be rehabilitated, right? They want to get up here and they want to pretend like they want to get up here and they want to pretend like Donald Trump is the best person because they got the issues with this person, right, on the Democrat side. But then you point out all the issues Donald Trump has and they just have nothing else to say.
Zeus, I heard that young man. He is lost. He sat up here and he tried to compare Doug, which is Kamala's husband, to what Donald Trump's done. There's no comparison. Plus, Doug's not running for office. And
Thank
like
you.
you told him, these are two separate individuals. You can't hold me accountable for something my husband did years and years ago. And neither can you hold him accountable because you're not a perfect human. We all
Thank
make
you.
mistakes.
Mm.
And life goes on.
Thank
so
you.
miss me with that, Jay. If you still listening, young man, go learn you something.
That part.
Because you're not learning nothing. You're sitting up here and you're simping. If you're a man of color, you're simping.
Thank
and
you.
you need to be ashamed of your doggone self.
Tell him. Thank
for
you,
simping.
Angel. Tell him.
Thank you, Angel, for simping.
All right, look at that.
It don't
Yeah.
make sense. But at the end of the day, we are going to progress. We are going to move forward. I appreciated Walls for what he did yesterday. He told the truth.
Nothing but
He
it.
brought it together. JD is pathetic. He's like a little boy. You felt like they was holding his kids hostage.
Thank
he had
you.
to force out those lies because if you look at him, he was shaking his head in agreement with Walls, right?
Yep.
Did
That
you see
means that means cooking happening, cooking in progress. That's what they should
He
have
was
put.
agreeing with Walls.
Right, Sue? Thank you, Sue.
But
Sue Bay out here showing W Sue in the chat, please.
Sue, she hooking
She
my boy
very
up.
yeah. She always looks
Very,
out for Zeus.
very beautiful.
All right?
That's awesome. You deserve it, Zeus.
Thank
but he definitely is afraid of something, and that's gonna be his downfall. Unfortunately, he's
Mhm.
throwing his own consecutives under the bus. He's throwing his own people under the bus. In
Thank
Ohio. It's going to be his downfall.
Yeah, and we're
He
gonna
went
make
the
sure
wrong
Trump is
route.
done, and we're gonna make sure JD's done, and we're gonna put an end to this MAGA nonsense. Like Vice
We
President
are.
Harris says, it's time to turn the page. All right, Miss Morningstar.
Yes,
All
yes.
right.
And I'm gonna let you go, Zeus, but y'all chat. Keep hope alive. We are going to be just fine.
Thank you.
All the doom and gloom is going to come. We have 33 days left. Make sure you check your registration. Make sure you go to vote.org. Make sure you go to voteguider.org. It's a way to kind of know who to vote for in your area, in your district. Just make sure you stay informed. Keep listening to Zeus. Make sure you check out my sis Straight Facts and all these great creators we have out here who are doing nothing but God's word.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, ladies
All
and
right.
gentlemen, let's
Love
give
you,
it
Caribbean. Thank y'all.
All right, let's give Miss Morningstar another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. No lies detected. We get you too. All right. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we got folks from all over the country consistently trying to get out here and tell the truth. Now, Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom, ladies and gentlemen, mark my word, he's been trying to talk to me for weeks. I don't know what it is, but he keeps coming back to Zeus. He hates me. He thinks I'm the.
I hate you. It's God,
Bob!
I find it amazing that you
How did you get uglier? How did you get uglier? Whoa!
You respect people, but all you do is disrespect those that disagree with you.
Wait a second.
Especially women. You disrespect a lot of Republican women.
People are asking you to turn the camera off.
Is MAGA more than just... MAGA is a slogan, correct?
No.
MAGA is a slogan.
No, it's a way of life.
It's a slogan.
No, it's a way of life for Trump supporters. Part of that means part of it is a slogan, but it's a way of life.
Okay, a way of life can't be a demon.
Oh, it can.
No, it can't.
Yeah. Because here's the thing. I can explain MAGA to you better than you. It's a powerful, yeah. Okay, now this is when you know he's listening because he puts his hands on his face. I love it when you're in that, doing it. It's a powerful, evil, demonic force that Donald Trump has figured out how to cook and install into the minds of folks like you. And once you have it,
Trump.
Once you have it, right?
I'm not supporting Trump. You already know that. So you can't say Trump has done anything to me. I don't support Trump. So you know that. I've told you that every time I've come up.
Okay, and we don't believe it. So
I don't care if you don't believe it.
Because I can tell you do. So what happens is when
I won't defame him, I won't talk bad about him and all that. Is that why I support him?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
You asked me the question. I gave you an honest answer.
I don't care if he wins or loses.
Yes, you do.
I don't care if it goes to jail. I don't care.
Then why do you continue to come onto this show?
Because I'm calling you out on your bullcrap.
What?
I call you out on your bullcrap.
So you're not supporting Donald Trump. You're just a Zeus hater.
I don't hate you. I like your platform. I think you do really, really good at what you do, stating your opinions and thinking that you're a god. But yeah, I don't hate you.
No. You're a Zeus hater.
You need to call in your bootlicking cultists because they're all out on TikTok.
So you're upset that I'm on TikTok. You're upset that I'm on TikTok, and this goes to why I tell people they're not just Zeus haters; they're also your haters too, right?
I don't hate you, Zeus.
You just talked about the people who come in here and
I call
listen.
them bootlicking cultists. Yes.
Yeah, that's
They're
wrong.
your cultists.
That's
They belong in
wrong.
your cult.
That's wrong, and that's inappropriate.
But you call us cultists because we don't talk bad about Trump.
Okay.
Okay, so you can call people.
Look at his brain. His brain is freaking out.
You have people that belong in your cult.
I see sparks flying out of your hat.
No. I'm curious.
Look at it.
It's a valid question. It is a valid question.
Cooked.
Do you have the right to call the people who support Trump cultists?
Yes.
That they belong in a cult?
Absolutely.
Then why can't we say the same thing about the people that follow you?
Because you don't have the evidence to back it up.
You're a cult leader.
Yeah, but you're a liar.
And so you're lying about the Trump supporters being in a cult.
How?
See, this is
okay.
This is why I say you think you're a god. You think you have the right to say and judge people, but they can't do the same to you.
So you know how I know you're a Trump supporter? Because guess what just happened? Guess what just came to my mind? Like it was a bright thought. I said, you know what? This guy, Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom, who goes by the name Your Majesty, guess what? He's a prime candidate for the Lake of Fire.
Oh, every time I come in, you throw me like, and guess what? I come back, so I think your Lake of Fire is like.
Ladies and gentlemen, since he doesn't want to admit that he's a Trump supporter, perhaps a little fire, all right, will help him understand that his behavior and conduct gets him the same outcome that all the other MAGA demons get, which makes him a Trump supporter. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom a round of booze and shame.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Your assessment of the circumstances at hand is truly unique. Let's talk about it.
Translation?
You done lost your damn mind. When you get your damn mind, you call me.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a official Zeus hater. I need to get more emotes in the subscribe, don't I? So that we can identify these folks. I don't have a problem with Donald Trump. I don't have a problem with Kamala Harris. I don't have a problem with nobody except Zeus. Sorry, Mom, Dad, but that's a Zeus hater right there, and it's even worse because they don't just hate Zeus; they hate the folks that come in here and contribute to the platform and help get the truth out there. So now you just got hate for the. You can't even deal with this. See, ladies and gentlemen, it's so much, right, Sue? It's so much going on out here, but do the right thing this November, all right? And vote blue to get Kamala Harris and Tim Walz in the White House. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes this special broadcast. I got to get up out of here. Boy, oh boy, what a show. I love you all too, seriously. What a show. I want to also give a special round of applause to all of the gifters, subscribers, moderators, and panelists. Thank you. I love you as well. Without you, none of this would be possible, seriously. But you know what we also got to do? We got to give one last round of booze and shame. And sorry I didn't get to all of you in the guest requests. It doesn't mean I love you any less. It just means I do got to get up out of here, all right? But yeah, let's give out one more round of booze and shame. And this goes out to the Zeus haters out there, all right? And these are not just my haters. These are also your haters, right? They get on TikTok day in and day out and promote misinformation and disinformation on behalf of Vladimir Putin and the Kremlin. They promote evil, misogyny, bigotry, xenophobia, hatred, just all kinds of criminality, corruption, and just nasty on top of nasty on behalf of their orange cult leader, who is soon to be a felon in prison, Donald J. Trump. Trust me when I tell you these folks are the worst of the worst, and they are the scum of the earth. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give them our final round of booze and shame. I got you, Venus. I got you. You've been very, very busy.
Silence.
I got you tomorrow, Venus.
MAGA.
Wait.
Silence. You MAGA. Damon.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, on that note, take care and stay safe out there in those TikTok streets. Get out there and keep kicking butt and telling the truth. Do not let these folks get away with their lies. We are out of here. Thank you, Miss Donna. I appreciate it. Get out there and keep telling the truth, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we gotta do. Hey. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Hey. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go, Thank you, man. I'll be back tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. Same Zeus time. Same Zeus shit. No. Thank you, Linda. Let's go. Cool ass days. Wow. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Q-Dog. Shay attacking Nutty Professor and all of you. Sue, W. Sue in the chat. Sue. Tinkerbell, love you too. Hey, guys. Let's go. Hey. Let's go. Wow. And Lady Rainbow, let's go. Hey. 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 Hey, we're gonna party this November. Da, da, da. Da, da, da. Yes, Les Parnas. You gotta watch that from Russia. That was a good show. RY guy, thank you. Hey, Sue. I'm connecting the dots. I want to connect the dots. Oh, angel.
You don't mind if I go on teleprompter for a second? You don't mind if I go on teleprompter for a second? You don't mind if I go off teleprompter for a second, do you?
You don't mind? All right. Do y'all want to connect the dots?
She said, I don't think I've ever said
Let's connect the dots before I get up out of here.
Rallies, they're massive rallies. Everybody stays till the end, by the way. You know, when she said that, well, your rallies, people leave. Honestly, nobody does. And if I saw them leaving, I'd say, and ladies and gentlemen, make America great again, and I'd get the hell out, okay? Because I don't want people leaving. But I do have to say, so I give these long, sometimes very complex sentences and paragraphs,
right,
but they all come together. I do it a lot. I do it with Raising Cain, that story. I do it with the story on the catapults from the aircraft carriers. I do it with a lot of different stories. When I mentioned Dr. Hannibal Lecter, I'm using that as an example of people that are coming in from Silence of the Lambs.
So we got all these dots.
They say, it's terrible. So they say, so I'll give this long, complex area. For instance, that I talked about a lot of different territory. The bottom line is, I said, the most important thing, we're going to bring more plants into your state and this country to make automobiles. We're going to be bigger than before.
Right there. See, I connected that.
The fake news. And there's a lot of them back there. You know, for a town hall, there's a lot of people. But the fake news likes to say, oh, he was rambling. No, that's not rambling. That's genius when you can connect the dots. You got it. Now, Sarah, if you couldn't connect the dots, you got a problem. But every dot was connected, and many stories were told in that little paragraph.
Yeah. You see how that did? Ooh. All right, I got to get up out of here. But before we do, we always let the vice president have the final word, all right?
I promise to be a president for all Americans. You can always trust me to put country above party and self, to hold sacred America's fundamental principles, from the rule of law to free and fair elections, to the peaceful transfer of power.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, I'm out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Take care and stay safe out there in these TikTok streets. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. It's over, MAGA. It really